Hi, I'm Spencer, your DM. Welcome back to Fables, to Annihilation. I am joined today by my cast of wonderful, nerdy... I can't call you voice actors because you're not voice actors. Nerdy...
What do you mean? I'm definitely a voice actor.
I guess you're all like in the... I could not incorrectly
Give me a
call
voice,
all
I'll
of you
do it.
engineers. You're all some variety of skilled tradespeople.
Nah, we're all in STEM. None of them are engineers. I worked hard for my title.
That's the word I was not catching. It's STEM. That's what it is.
Mathematician and a carpenter, not an engineer.
STEM.
Very different.
I'm joined tonight by my nerdy STEM majors as we play Tomb of Annihilation in 5th edition.
Hello, nerdy STEM majors.
There you go. I was trying to do a critical role thing, but Dimension 20 is also a thing that I like. I've been started listening to Dungeons and Drag Queens, and it is delightful. They are fabulous, and I love them so much.
I've seen clips. It looks really good. It looks really good.
Also, the vocal range on Drag Queens is just incredible. I don't know why more drag queens, or even trans women, honestly, the different category, but I don't understand why more trans people aren't voice actors, because, like, the range with vocal training is absolutely incredible.
So, for some reason, okay, this is a sidetrack, but for some reason, a lot of, like, British trans women, their party trick is doing roadmen voices.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really funny. And it's also great whenever they're getting hit on, and they just break into, like, roadmen. It's great.
Mm-hmm. All right, so...
Yeah, it's like, you're going to do it in a public place, so you're going to get murdered.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. But voice acting is in a booth. Speaking of being in a booth, the player who's my age and who is next to my face on the tracker is a person. Oh. Who are you, and who are you playing?
I'm Mia. I'm close to not being your age because I'm going to be fucking old in 2 weeks. TM.
Mine's 4.
I'm making money off that. Yep. I will not be your age for 2 whole weeks.
I can call you mommy.
Yes, you can call. You can call me mommy anytime.
No, take it away from the microphone.
Literally 2 weeks apart.
Anyway,
away from the microphone.
2 weeks in like
I used
1,000
to play
kilometers.
Small Devil. Then I used to play Big Devil Lady. Both of them are gone. Shit happens.
You're welcome.
Now I'm playing a small kitty that's going a bit crazy.
Traumatized.
I'm almost... All my characters are always traumatized. Have you not realized that?
Following up after Mia is the next person on my list, who is profile picture still has cat ears, despite have I seen you in cat ears in real life? I'm not even sure. Oh wait, you got headphones.
Have with the cat ears on yet?
She's actually a fox girl or slash kitsune. Actually,
kitsune. Different thing.
It's fucking League of Legends.
For my furry bigotry, my apologies. With the kitsune avatar.
Hello. I'm Abby. I'm playing Elspeth. She's a storm sorceress. Trying to save her brother from the death curse.
She can do it all. She's a sorceress. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's an adopted older sister. She's an actual older sister. And she's saving her mom's dad.
Yas, queen, slay.
I'm pretty sure it's the opposite way around. She is not an act. I'm pretty sure he was older.
No, Elspeth is the older one.
Shorter?
I think it's funny if you're not entirely sure.
Or was he younger but taller? I forget.
One of you came out with horns. That was pretty distracting. No one was paying attention to who came out first. Okay?
That's why I think it would be funnier if they can't tell. When Hope came out with horns. Speaking of Hope, Hope's player is not playing Hope right now. Who are you?
No. I am an angry little Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm Riley. I'm very ADHD today, so the attention span may not exist.
That's perfect. Do you want to declare your cause of itchiness for posterity?
My what?
Do you want to?
No, I'm not saying that.
I was going to say, if you wanted to run into it, we could take some time here. Moving off of Riley is our final, always on the bottom, our beloved baby boy.
It's me.
It's
I'm the youngest. But yeah, Olaf, he's an artificer. Wife and kid, gonna get up the fucking 401k started. hoping to retire on an airship at some point. Also, just to add to your vocabulary, a little phrase, a little mantra I live by: women in STEM, meningitis. That's all.
Nice. Well, we've been through some pretty heinous stuff. Anybody want to fill that in while I look for Wongo's mace so I can update the wording on it?
We're delving deeper into the Tomb of Annihilation. Not Tomb of Annihilation, Tomb of the Nine Gods. We have made our way into what seemed to be the Tomb Guardian workshop, or at least one of them, where we found a nearly reanimated Seward who became reanimated during an ambush of the Tomb Guardians, who don't actually have resistance to physical damage. As
I was wrong.
They only have resistance to non-magical physical damage.
Yes. I still think it would be more fun the other way, but that's okay.
If they resisted one specific type of physical damage, that would be okay with me.
It just nerfs martials, though.
It just means that everyone who does martial...
Anyway, that's
physical damage.
Yeah, where are we going to get silver weapons here, sir?
From what I understand, DR is more fun anyway. That's okay. Regardless, my poor reading comprehension aside. So the Tomb Guardians are flesh golems that have been fused with metal. So they have a higher AC, and they also do...
And they regenerate from electricity, because they're basically Frankenstein analogs.
But regular flesh golems do that too. That's not...
And they're afraid of fire, because, again, not just in general flesh golems, they are just Frankenstein analogs.
The special thing about these ones is they have armor. You've also met the people that handle the maintenance on the tomb, which are a bunch of dwarf wights, which are pretty wicked undead that do life drain if they touch you.
I don't believe we've only been hit twice. I think Elspeth and Sven got hit by the bad touch.
And then I immediately got cured.
Sven's curses are gone. Olaf's curses are gone. Glowie, Max Henry, and Elspeth, if you are cursed, it has not been alleviated just yet.
And we have cohabitants in our heads right now.
You do, yeah.
And we found the star... no, not the Starfell, the Fellstar?
The Starfallen.
Starfallen, yeah.
Starfallen.
And I named her Astra.
Yeah.
Like a star.
Astra, for now. Well, you guys are completing a short rest.
She may have caused a dragon genocide.
Yes.
Actually, I would argue worse than a dragon genocide.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty.
Dragon killable genocide.
Such is the wars between powers. They always go as such. But you are finishing your short rest here. Could I get perception checks from everybody?
Yeah.
Of course you can. If you ask this nicely, you will get a 20.
Anybody in here have keen senses?
No, I still have to produce the dog that will have keen senses.
No, because catfolk don't get that. Pardon, Tabaxi.
They get dark vision instead. But regular.
Which doesn't make sense. They should have keen sense and low light vision, and they should just have a catfall feed by nature instead of the stupid double speed one.
So Glowie, what you hear is a shuffling sound of feet down through the south door. It is currently barricaded up with a bunch of furniture, but you definitely hear some footsteps passing by and then descending down a flight of stairs away from you. So it seems that somebody passed by outside this room, and there's a set of stairs outside of this room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will just point at the door. There was something walking past and then going down a flight of stairs.
I can only assume it's the whites.
Withers? From Baldur's Gate 3, he's in our game.
I didn't actually click that. I don't know why it did that. Well, thank you, character sheet, for breaking.
Oh my god, I can't wait to say, "Thou walkest alone," from Withers.
Thou have no bedside companion.
No bitches.
Thou hast no bitches. What is thy damage?
heroes, adventurers, friends.
Anyways,
What is
So,
going
like,
on?
we fully explored upstairs.
Mummy-ass looking guy in Baldur's Gate.
Also, you
that's
have fully explored upstairs. You've been to all the rooms anyway. You know there are a few ways to get between levels. You're aware of this secret entrance to a workshop where the tomb dwarves were building tomb guardians. There's the grand staircase that descends, I think I said 4 levels, to a shaft beyond which is...
down to the 5th, you said.
Yeah, beyond which is some sort of ocean or ocean simulacrum, something saltwater.
We found out last session that something is being
A
guarded
sea.
in the ocean that we need.
Yeah. There's also, you found a shaft in the underground river, which descends to that same level with the sea.
What was it that we found out was protected there?
Uh,
The chalice? The Eye of Zeltek?
The Eye of Zeltek, which is capable of resurrecting people without restrictions.
Yeah, I need to save that for a very special ending scene that I'm hoping to pull off.
For sure.
With all the artifacts.
Yeah. The Starfallen
No.
is hoping that it will be used on her, of course. She doesn't
fuck the
have any
Starfallen.
memories about who she is exactly, but you have put together that she would have been an extremely powerful mage during her day, because she was part of the
Elvis J. Robert Oppenheimer.
greater than 9th level spells that were used to basically reshape the world. I mean, this is the sort of magic that the elves used to create Evermeet, which is the elven homeland, and it so fundamentally changed the way reality worked that Evermeet then became a thing both in the past and future, despite it having only just become existing. So we're talking like god tier level magics. Not something she could probably cast on a whim, but a potentially useful ally.
It was a ritual cast with an entire council of other mages, but still,
and it would have taken
she houses
years.
that information.
And, yeah. You also know in here there are some other legendary artifacts that you don't have any further leads on other than that they're here, which is a Black Opal Crown, which is pursued by the Yuan-Ti as a key to the door that is under the Mountains of Fire that will release Dendar, which will cause the apocalypse. It is also a symbol of the original Chultan emperors here, so Maxanre has caught hold of it and kind of wants it, because even though it is a cursed item, she thinks that she may be able to use that power to clear out the capitalist corruption that is sort of consuming the land, set up a dynasty, and then give up her power, which is something that tyrants are definitely able to do. She'll only be a tyrant on day 1, guys. She promises.
Wait, but I'm not done yet. There's other stuff to do.
Exactly. There was also the Skull Chalice of Chikagare, which Maxanre initially was after, but she quickly forgot about, mainly because I forgot that she was after it. Skull Chalice of Chikagare
Wrong,
is
you're
also
playing a
something
teenage girl very well.
true. Hope and Elspeth were looking for. The Skull Chalice of Chikagare is an artifact of an ancient Chultan king. It is capable of changing one's fate/alignment. Basically, this allows you to change your type without any restrictions. So, for instance, if you are a fallen angel, you could use this to become a celestial again. Or you could ascend to any other type of being. Like if you're a humanoid, you could become a celestial. You could do these sorts of things with the Skull Chalice of Chikagare. The other legendary item in here is the Navel of the Moon, which is a little nugget for Olaf to pursue. It used to be held at Candlekeep. It is a piece of saloon that fell to the earth when the Kingkiller comet came, which you only just learned about. It is the sort of raw material that can create legendary magic items, because pieces of Selûne have been turned into legendary artifacts in the past. So with the Navel of the Moon, Olaf could potentially create an artifact level magic item, which is a big deal. But that is somewhere in here as well. You don't have meat on any
Quick
of
question:
those.
we still have Lucia's rapier, right?
You do, yes. In the
I'm gonna need that
box.
at some point.
Oh, beautiful.
I
Wait,
think it's in my inventory right now.
Very good.
What do you need that for, Olaf?
Don't worry about it.
Pardon?
I think he's planning.
I am very worried.
Some parts of Artificer are more ritualistic, and it has a tangible, metaphorical meaning, which would be useful.
Ooh, I think
I
he's gonna
am
find a way
worried
to
about
resurrect
you
the seal.
sometimes.
Hey, nothing ever goes wrong when a STEM major tries to get into the business of life and death. STEM majors
We shouldn't-
going into cleric domains never goes bad.
We
Definitely
shouldn't
doesn't end
allow
religious.
the mechanic to play an artificer.
Hey, don't worry. I'm going to bring electronic discharge machining into D&D, and it's going to be horrifying.
Yep. Well, we have begun the session. As I said, first floor is mostly cleared out. You have a couple options you can do. You could try to ride the wave down. You can take the grand staircase to any floor that you want. The other thing. You do have if you do want to continue here on the second floor, you already have the hint toward the second floor, which Elspeth read over the balcony earlier. I can look that up right now. Sarah,
The ring is a path to another tomb.
The ring is a path to another tomb.
Or sunlight. Only a jewel can tame the frog. You need a jewel to tame Glowie? Okay. Bow as the dead got intoned into darkness descent.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a froghemoth thing. The froghemoth is on this floor.
Potentially.
So it probably
And
means
you
that we
need
have
a
to solve
jewel
that puzzle by preparing a jewel or finding a jewel.
Now, keep in mind, you don't necessarily need to collect all the tricksters. I know you're hoping to return them to the King of Doors and restore some part of Uptow to himself. Not entirely necessary to do. By all means, track them all down. All of them are tied to powerful magical items. So if you do find and solve all the tombs, it will help you. But each of you can, at most, have one spirit inside of you, which means you, at most, really only need 5.
Not unless we make a vessel for all of them.
But you can absolutely keep using the items as well.
All right. If
We
we're
promised
finished
that we would
our
free
tour,
them.
Yeah, we promise. We promise.
All right. So, are you going back upstairs, or are you leaving out the southern entrance here? Keep in mind, both ways are barricaded, so you're going to need to dig your way out.
This is the secret entrance to this level. We gotta go through the secret one, right?
Yeah, we gotta go through the south exit.
Expect us to go through the normal one.
Is it barricaded on our side or the other side?
Yeah,
Your
be
side.
barricaded.
Yeah, before you took
Yeah.
your little rest
Yeah.
here, Olaf and Sven, I think, pushed a bunch of stuff in front of the entrances.
Right. Yeah, let's start digging out then.
All right. So you're headed south?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So you start digging your way
Kick
south.
this thing over.
No need to do any ability checks. You manage to reveal the door once again. Are you taking any precautions while opening the door? Because you do know that somebody passed by here outside this door.
Yeah, they could have set a
Probably
trap
waits
or
a good
something.
amount of time, right? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah. Well,
Would
you're
you
taking
want
that
to-
time to build anyway. I mean, mechanically, is there anything you're doing to either disguise yourself or take precautions or get the jump on anybody on the other side? What's the dealio? Home slice.
Nah.
I'm not sure if there's anything we can do.
Um,
Like, I don't think just putting in a green mask is going to trick anyone.
Elspeth could disguise herself as one of the white.
True. And you
the
do have the
guard.
masks, which means if it will help aid the disguise because...
Can I pick up one of the masks, actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if this is a magical item?
Yeah, go for it.
I guess that's more of a detect magic, but that would tell you the type. I just want to know if this is magic.
Arcana check me. Mr.
11,
Mr.
never
Artificer.
mind.
It doesn't seem to be magical in any way. It's cold at the touch. It seems to just be like really shitty leather that's been painted green. And there's bits of...
Oh, this is not even a metal mask.
No,
Okay.
no. They were wearing metal armor, which is why Elspeth was getting advantage on Shocking Grasp. But the masks are just... It's like a spandex wrestling match, and the hole's a little too small, so they look like they're wearing undersized scuba gear. Very goofy.
Well, the thought process is that if we wear them, we might automatically be disregarded by others.
Entirely possible. I believe there was a hint in one of Asarek's warnings about masks, so
That was for, I believe it was...
The tomb with the many whites.
Dawn the Masterpiece Scene, yeah. I don't think you figured out what that warning implied. I don't think you caught that. Because I think you just brute forced that puzzle, so you didn't actually need the hint.
Yeah, we just murdered everything and broke the gong with the eyes.
Well, we don't
that
know
were
if that's
following us.
applicable to the entire
No.
tomb.
I will tell you based on context clues that actually you can make me another Arcana check because you did collect the pieces of that big gong, Olaf.
13, not much better.
Yeah, not much better. I think with context clues, the eyes were watching you, and the whites didn't actually stand up until you entered the room. So the gong was had a divination spell on it. So anybody that entered the room, the eyes would see. The eyes can see you whether you're invisible or not. Can't see under the ethereal plane, so that would be how you get around it. They cannot see people that were wearing the papier-mâché masks. So if you managed to replicate the mask that the whites were wearing, you would have been able to go in there without waking up the whites. But you brute forced it.
So as expected.
It was fine. Sven
So there's
just
no
almost
guarantee
died.
that wearing the masks will prevent the other whites. of
That
this
would have
dungeon from
only
seeing us.
applied to that particular puzzle, that particular hint.
That makes sense. I think I'll just toss it back to the ground. I mean, I've already made masks that I think are better if we ever need them.
I think Elspeth will suggest just casting Disguise Self, looking like one of the dwarves, just taking a peek, see if anyone's waiting for
All
us.
right. So Elspeth disguises herself as a tomb dwarf, and then you can open the door. So what you see on the other side is a little hallway that ends in a stairwell that descends into the darkness. There is a lit torch, magically lit torch on the wall here, so you can see in here. You see no hide or hair of anybody that was walking through. I also don't know if Glowie told you about the footsteps. But yeah, you see there's a hallway off to either side, there's a stairwell leading down, magical torch, and there's a door off to your right.
Okay. Can she just look around, see if anyone's set any trap?
Perception check. And Olaf can give you a help action if he feels like it.
Sure.
Ooh.
18's
18.
pretty solid. Oh, I closed the floor. The area descriptions for the floor. We're in chapter 5. We're on level 2. And we're in area 26. I'll scroll down to area 26.
So many fucking areas.
So many.
Hey, floor 2 was way shorter than floor 1, so if we just go down here, maybe we're instantly in like floor 3 next to the stairs to floor 4, and it instantly goes to floor 6 and we're done.
Oh, hey! I was just guessing that the floor's difference between this floor and last floor is 25 feet. It says right here that's 25 feet. Nice. Nailed it.
Oh.
3 archways overlook a circular chamber where a spiral staircase descends into darkness. The staircase walls are lined with unlit torches and iron sconces and set with niches containing moldering human skulls and bones. Okay, so it is not lit. It's just lit on the map, despite it actually not being lit at present. Not bad. You know what? It's magically lit. Fuck it.
Yay.
That might fuck with puzzles.
It lets you see the macabreness of all of the skulls. You guys have seen the catacombs under Paris, right? It's just like
Yeah.
that's what
Rows upon rows upon rows of skull
Yeah,
resting
these-
on mountains of bones.
Yeah, I haven't been mentioning it yet, but this very much has a like nasty medieval catacombs feel to it, where there's just sort of open remains picked clean by rodents and insects just in every alcove around you.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
This
don't
is
see any
too
trap
in my
steps.
hand.
That's a suspicious end of a hallway there.
What were you saying, Abby? I missed that.
I don't see any traps, by the way.
No, with an 18, you don't see any traps in particular. It doesn't seem like the bones are animate either. They're a little too scattered for them to necessarily be skeletons. So you're reasonably certain there's nothing dangerous in this hallway.
I'll
Do
just
you
say
think
to
this thing
Olaf.
counts as a ring? This round.
What does the
What was
thing
the
say on the
compass?
ring? The ring is a path. Okay, maybe it would go down to another level.
So
so
maybe if you go down the stairs, we are in like not the actual tomb, or it's like a separate tomb that's not the tomb of the 9 gods.
Maybe. I'll say to Olaf. It doesn't seem like whoever came by did anything.
Yeah. If this is still the case, it might need me to descend down into darkness. I'm
Yeah,
just going to
let's
step
do
in
it.
and use the Wand of Secrets.
We'll save for now.
So what did the Wand of Secrets do again?
Reveals traps and secret doors within 30 feet.
Ooh,
So
very nice, very
I'm
nice.
going to cautiously step forward to here.
Traps and
and use
secret
it.
doors. Okay. Well,
I know where they are. I don't know how they function.
gotcha.
At least that's how I remember the spell being
Reading
written.
something real quick here. Where is information on this? Information in this game, in this chapter, is hard to find. Anyway.
It points at the nearest one to me. So only
Ah.
one at a time.
Yes. It is Area 79. Where's the information on what this does in Area
I would like to point out, so far you have not hinted a single trap with that, surprisingly. How many charges does the thing have left? I think it had charges.
This is the last one for the day.
Okay.
Ooh.
What you can tell is there are no traps in here, but there is a secret door in here. That end of that corridor there, it is suspicious for a reason.
I thought it looked suspicious.
There is a door
yeah.
there. You do not know how to access it necessarily, but you have interacted with one of these side passage doors before, so I'll give you advantage to figure out how it works if you want to go over and touch it. But yeah, no traps. Actually, within 30 feet, does that include through doors? Because I may have to look at adjacent rooms if that's the case.
Think
You
it
have a
would?
look at the spell description, at this item description. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. If a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the one pulses and points at the one nearest to you. It
Gotcha.
makes no mention of there being any obstruction.
Okay, so
So-
yes, the nearest trap or secret door to you would be that wall over there, and you would recognize that it's a door, not a trap, based on the description of the magic.
Alright.
Okay. I'd like to go up, and is it a perception or an investigation?
This would be investigation. You know it's there. It's just a matter of finding the mechanics, and you have advantage because of your previous experience with these doors.
Ooh.
21, dirty? Oh, this ain't
Ooh.
dirty, it's just a 21.
Dirty
Really good.
21.
Yeah, so you feel along just like the door upstairs. There are hidden catches, and when you pull two of them at the same time, the door does indeed slide open. I will say at around this time, because you took your time digging the barricade out and deciding how you wanted to get in here, the magic of the torch sconce flickers and dies down. So it appears that it is on a time dilation, like a time delay, and whoever walked through here caused the torch to light up, and now that they're gone, the magic has caused it to die down. So you become engulfed in darkness as the magic, as the hidden door opens up.
Yeah, I'm going to immediately light a torch, because I'm assuming that the dead pour sunlight means that the undead bones in here will animate if we don't have a source of light.
That is a thought you can have, for sure. So you immediately ignite a...
I will toggle the Astra as a lantern on my
Gotcha.
belt, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Starfallen ignites. She makes no comment, as she promised. She is not interested in upsetting you in any way, and she knows that you're not entirely comfortable with her. So she begins glowing with magic light, and you see a room on the other side. Directly in front of you, rising up to about your waist level, is a water basin ringed in with stone. I'll read the description.
Is it familiar to me?
Oh no!
No,
I don't want to another one of those.
it is very clearly at first glance some sort of scrying pool, but it is a different scrying pool than the kind that Sven looked into in the Fandy Night Serpent. This isn't.
I know the
associated
one that
with
we
Denmark.
drank from on the previous floor.
Well, that was a fountain. Different thing.
Okay, fountain. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
So you immediately hear the sound of water just gently lapping against the edges of this stone basin here. Water feels like carved stone font. There's no further description here. There's just stone circle, water within. Water is gently rippling as if there's something. There's no visible drips, but there's ripples sort of just emanating out from the center of this thing and lapping against the sides of the stone.
Okay.
I don't want Elspeth will just like push you forward. I don't want to deal with any more water in here, but there's definitely another door on the other side of this room.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of shuffle past this well, and I'm gonna investigate this nook.
So as soon as you have to squeeze to get past the well. As soon as you get within like touching distance of the well, whether you touch it or not, the rippling does begin to increase, and an eerie light begins emanating from the basin. Would any of you look at it?
I don't trust that sort of thing.
I'm too far away to properly look in there, but otherwise I would.
Elspeth has the floor of being incredibly risk averse right now, so she's just going to look at the ceiling.
Fair enough. So you ignore it. The eerie light flickers for a moment and then quickly goes back to darkness. With nobody having looked on that, I don't need to read anything further. So yes, you get over to this other door. No need to make a perception check. It'll just be a flat investigation check to find a door here. Because you've encountered these before.
Elspeth will help you out, so you can have advantage.
You'll have to enter the room, which means you'll need to be squeezing.
That's fine.
I guess that doesn't really matter that much. You find the latches again, and the door indeed slides open, and you find yourself back in the grand staircase. I will say, Elspeth, because you have to be behind Olaf when you're doing all of this, do you want to make me a sleight of hand check real quick, just to make sure you don't look into the pool while it's swirling?
Okay.
Or touch his ass.
5.
A 5. All right.
Oh, no.
So you do indeed catch sight of the pool. And I'll describe to you what you see in a moment as I painstakingly outline the grand staircase without revealing any further secrets. Also, there are parts...
Secret in the tomb?
There are parts of this particular floor that I may not reveal to you right away because some of the puzzles in here are spoiled by the battle map. So I hope that you guys will be patient with me with the roleplay. So Olaf, you immediately see on the other side there's the grand staircase. You also hear, as soon as the door slides open, there's a bunch of ragged breathing from several, you would guess, undead, very clearly recognizable zombie moans. You don't know where they're coming from, but they're close enough to you that it makes you slightly uncomfortable. You see the plaque with the warning for the floor across the way there, as well as the stairwells on either side. The lantern completely fills the space. It has enough distance to let you see enough to get the layout of the grand staircase. Elspeth, you, as you have a helpful hand on Olaf's butt to encourage him in his search, you do catch out of the corner of your eye what is being shown through the scrying pool. It seems to be some sort of arcane eye. There's a black and white picture of the tomb, some level of the tomb you're not familiar with. It is bobbing up and down. It is kind of nauseating to look at, and that's maybe what catches your eye. It moves forward a little bit, and then turns. And as you're looking at it, you realize this is like roughly eye level. It seems that the pool is tied to somebody's vision. This shuffling step moves around a corner. My question for you, would you, with this knowledge that this is tied to somebody's point of view within the tomb, would you take the time to continue looking at it, or would you immediately look away having learned this?
I think with the... she would be normally... I think I'd normally be curious, but she's going to look away as soon as she notices that she's looking into the pool.
All right. So you leave the knowledge of the pool behind you. As soon as you guys exit this room, the pool turns off. So it's not going to be a continuing temptation. But when you're in the pool, it connects to whoever this is. But yeah, well done, people.
Going to be some like fucked up trap that like swaps your consciousness with whoever it's connected to.
Now you're a little goblin.
Now you're thinking like a Gary Gygax.
Gary Gygax just had like a transformation fetish.
Honestly, yeah.
He took the meme that was like...
Gary Gygax, was he secretly trans?
It would not surprise me. OGDD is so horny in a weirdly trans way.
You look at the pool in the previous floor. You look at like Elminster's backstory.
Yep.
Like,
the humiliation fetish of being turned into a girl and secretly being into it. It's all over the place.
Elminster got force femmed.
Yeah, and then had a lesbian relationship with Mistra, which wasn't entirely consensual. Because Mistra has a type. Mistra has a type, and that's slightly unwilling underage people.
Mistra has a type.
Boys of Rasherim.
Egg wizards.
Egg wizards, yeah. Oh man, Gale really would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Gale is an egg.
Nobody magics abs like that unless they're really compensating or something.
Like, it's like 1,000 years into Gale's like godhood, and he's like, wait a minute.
Elminster's there.
Anyway,
in Dragon, he's just like, I told you.
Do we want to continue going to the left, or I think going left is a good plan.
I want to figure out where this door connects.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, currently we're in the secret tunnel. It would be a shame to not be in the secret tunnel.
That's true. Do you want to close the doors behind you?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we know how to open them now, so we can enter them without a check, right?
Yeah, so you just hit the same spots that you used to open them. They close up behind you. Very well. You make your way back through this room. Who wants to...
if you want to go down the staircase, I'd assume we'd have to go down in the dark.
I think we leave the staircase alone for now.
The torch sconce is out, by the way. As I said, it seemed to be on a time delay. Whoever it is walked through here, turned it on, and it turned off after a set amount of time. Because whoever that is very clearly ecologically conscious and has time delay lights.
Ooh.
So, Glowie.
Motion sensors.
You approach this door. Do you want to do anything in particular with this door? It appears to be a stone door with metal fixings. It's got a set of hinges on one side. It's got a handle. Would it have a lock on it? I don't know if it would have a lock on it necessarily. I can have a look. Does not describe a lock, so I'm just going to say no. This is behind enough.
The rest of the section is typically inaccessible.
It's behind enough hidden doors. I don't know why they would have a lock on this door. So yeah, just a normal ass looking door before you. Stone.
Door.
Metal. You reach forth.
Sorry, I'm imagining door and then Glowie exploding as soon as they touch the door.
Your little kitty paw, and you turn the handle, and within, you are immediately greeted with a sight of light. It appears that the lights on the other side of this door are not on a time delay, so your assumptions about this person's ecological interests may have been overstated by me. You see that there is what appears to be some sort of office on the other side. Beyond the number of melted, burning down candles that are everywhere, still burning somehow despite them being almost all completely melted away, you see there is a birdcage in the corner. And standing on a little roost in the middle of this birdcage is a skeletal parrot that is just sort of flapping its skeletal wings as if it wants to fly, shuffles in place, and then just sort of wheezes at you in some approximation of a caw. But it's more of a dry, like, heh.
Oh my god, Olaf, this would be perfect for our airship.
Other things in here.
I mean, yeah, it would be amazing.
There's a wooden writing desk with a tall back chair. There are anatomical drawings sketched in charcoal hanging on a wall behind the desk. And the other descriptions do not apply because he's not here right now.
Oh.
So yeah, there's
little buddy.
A bunch of tables with books on them. There's a desk with drawings. And Glowie, you approach the skeletal parrot.
Yes.
It wheezes at you again, clutters noisily on its spot. You want to make me an animal handling check if you want to interact with this skeletal parrot?
Yes. 18.
18, yeah. I think that is enough that he won't immediately snap at you. So this skeletal parrot, it will sort of try to go to glide towards the edge of the cage to inspect you. Instead, it just completely face plants because it has no feathers. It will then pull itself back up. It'll huddle over, again, clattering loudly as its bones. And it will put its little bone beak through the cage and, like, sniff your hand.
No. I got a new friend.
It nips at you gently. What do y'all want to do?
What you doing here, little buddy?
Can I have a root through the drawers on the desk?
Absolutely. So, as I said, first glance, a lot of anatomical drawings. You'd see, like, Vitruvian Man sort of shit. There's also a couple of sketches for different types of traps, bear claw traps and stuff like that. But yeah, you pull open some drawers and have a look around.
Who's the trap maker's name again? Is it Goro or something?
Yeah, you know what to look for, and you can see that the Gorra is initialed at the bottom of each one of these drawings. Yeah.
So this is Gora's office.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the other thing is there are a lot of drawings of gargoyles on this table as well. The Aarakocra gargoyles that you saw outside. Yeah, so you look through here. I'm just going to want an investigation check from you to find anything useful, because there's just piles and piles and piles of notes and drawings in here, and they don't seem to be...
Can I give the help action?
Yeah. So advantage. Oh, and if you want to have Olaf make it instead. Oh, too late now.
Do you want to just apply Olaf's modifier to that, if that's okay?
I mean, you can flash a genius it.
I don't have any more.
Unfortunate.
If it was Olaf's roll, it'd be a 12, which is not much better.
Gotcha. Okay, I think even with an 8, the thing that you do find that is helpful is a excerpt from a journal, which I can share with you. The Master returns with a marvelous gift, a cast-off creation of the gods, dead and yet not. The all-seeing is blind to its existence, and the mother of illusion looks past it. Sweet irony. The Master hopes to raise the creature to power by glutting it on souls. The Master has brought the Sown Sisters here to nurse it, and to help build the device needed to feed it. As for me, I am only saddened that my studies shall one day come to an end. I owe the Master much for the time he has given me. I can only work harder in the little time that remains in this world. And yeah, this character is named Withers. This game was made before Baldur's Gate 3, though. So, also the number of undead called Withers is very high.
Yeah.
That sort of is just tucked into one of the sides. With an 8, that's the only useful thing that you pluck out of there.
Okay. I think Elspeth just finds his journal and just gets engrossed in reading about, reading if there's any drama that's happened.
Very good. Yeah, so Sven and Nare, what are the two of you doing outside? Or are you outside?
You mean Sven and Glowie?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean Sven and Nare, because the two of you are out in the hallway still. Unless you didn't want to be in the hallway, that's perfectly fine too.
No, I would have followed the rest of the group out.
Okay, no.
I'm having trouble dragging my fellow. Oh, you guys are over there, sorry.
That's okay. You are in an uncomfortable position, so I will forgive you your sleepiness. You're doing all right. My question for you, Riley, is Sven going to be doing anything in particular, or is Sven just going to be hanging around playing guard duty?
I think Sven is playing guard duty. They're just kind of standing by at the door, staring out at everything. Got the sword in hand.
Excellent, excellent. In that case...
Protecting their family.
In that case, you can make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
And
That's a really good one.
How high you get will determine how quickly you catch this. A 20.
That's a 20.
So you actually hear the footsteps before the torch comes on. So you have a round to warn everybody that somebody is ascending the stairs again. Before they ascend the stairs.
Well, I warn everyone somebody's ascending the stairs.
There you go. What is everybody going to do now that you know that somebody's coming back through here?
I mean, I'm going to bonk a bitch as soon as they walk into their office.
Okay, so we want to set up an ambush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sven,
So
silence.
they close the door too, because
Very
if
In that case,
I'm gonna
feel
hide.
free to arrange yourselves. Where you would like to be.
While the others
I
get
think-
ready, can I open the door to the cage and see if I can get the parrot on my shoulder?
Absolutely.
No.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh.
And as for the rest of you, I would like perception checks as you arrange yourselves to hide in this room to set up your ambush.
Bird cage is too hard to open for kitty claws. They're literally designed to not be opened by cats.
Yes. Like Sylvester and
Sorry,
Tweety
that's
Bird, you can't get in there.
performance.
Oh, yeah, no, wrong skill. Perception checks as you're in here. I should have had you roll perception checks when you entered the room, but I forgot. I was distracted being poetic and shit.
4.
18.
Okay. Not bad. Sven, you don't get a chance to do this because you were perceiving outside. But when you rush into the room, close the door behind you, feel free to hide yourselves, and I'll tell you what you notice. Oh, I can put the parrot on the token there. There you go. No, that's the wrong thing. Forget about that. Sven, with a 23. So please arrange yourselves where you want to be.
no, you told me I don't get the chance to make that roll
That's right.
because I'm focused on the
That's
outside.
right. Arrange yourselves where you want to be, and tell me how you're doing this ambush. Are you going to take the time to stealth?
I think those two. I would be like hidden out of peripherals, just standing and wait. I think.
Yeah,
Then we're gonna
I
try and
close
hide
the
behind the
door.
desk.
Gotcha. You have.
And could you back up as well?
Yeah, you have at least 6 seconds before they get to the door, if they're even headed back here.
Yeah. Which is why if we close the door, they won't know anything's up.
So, if nobody is hiding, we could just continue on with the perception checks. So, Glowie, you are working with the parrot, but you see a bit of movement out of the corner of your eye. So, as everybody rolls initiative now, you are not going to be surprised as you catch sight of the thing. It looks to be an undead hand that sort of climbs its way out from under the bookshelf here and prepares to leap upon you. Unfortunately for the rest of you, your perception checks weren't good enough in this room. You did not notice the crawling hands that were hidden everywhere. So initiative will begin with the surprise for everybody but Glowie. But they're crawling claws, so not that dangerous. I'm just going to roll crawling claw initiative once. Boop, boop, a boop. Okay, descending order. Boom. Riveting excitement. Wow, they got a surprise round is wasted. Everybody is surprised for their turn, so you can't take actions or reactions. And then they go last. So none of you are surprised by the time the crawling claws get to go. Although they would have an advantage, wouldn't they?
Wait, I would have not been surprised with that.
That's true. Sorry, I'll go back to you. That's better. I forgot. I changed the surprise rules.
I don't think I have
So
it.
Glowie, you have reactions. Sven, you do not have reactions, but your turn passes, which means you're not surprised anymore. Claws get to go. So this claw is going to leap upon Moaxanre. and try to grab her.
No.
Does a 17 hit her AC?
A 17 does hit.
Okay, there you go. She takes 3 slashing damage as the claws rake across her face. The other one beside her is also going to attack her. Why not? That's a critical fail. Nothing. This little bad boy is going to attack Glowie, or attempt to. Clawing at Glowie from behind. Nope.
Yeah.
There's one under Olaf's token. Olaf, you were standing right on top of it. So I'm actually going to give it advantage because you are still surprised. Actually, they should have had advantage. No, that's not how that works. So just normal. 16. Does that hit your AC, Olaf?
Nope.
Okay. And then we're going to get 2 on Sven. 16 and 22. Do either of those hit you, Riley?
The second one does.
Okay, so 5 bludgeoning. And then this last one is going to skitter across the floor and try to hit Elspeth. Nope. With that,
Nope.
their turn has passed. So, Glowie, you're not surprised you have your full set of shit for this turn.
I will think produce flame at this thing at disadvantage because it's technically a ranged attack. It's still a
22 still
22
hits,
to
yeah.
hit. For 4!
You
I'm
eviscerate
doing
this
Nari. With 4 damn.
Yeah, it is fully
Yeah, that's weak.
fully disintegrated. Anything else?
I want to move here so that actually I feel like if someone would try to flank, they would flank Elspeth.
Very good. All right. Let me just move something off screen. Elspeth, you may go, and then Moxonry may go.
I'm going to arc bolt the one that's like just right below Max Henry.
Yes.
No, sorry, arc bolt, shocking grasp.
Right.
We can use the
Do you ignore
14.
ranged disadvantage in melee?
Yeah, it's shock. I meant to cast it. It's shocking grasp. I just misclicked.
Well, 14 does hit them.
I'll just do this, and then that would have been nice.
Ooh.
12.
Yeah.
And then I will.
Did you use the sorcery point to do 2, or would you have advantage?
No, I was just.
Right, it was the wrong spell. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you disintegrated.
I will use the sorcery point to do another one though.
Gotcha.
And
It
have
has
that
2 hit
first
points.
attack.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you overkilled it by fucking 16.
Yeah, so after I channel like an unnecessary amount of energy into this one, it's going to arc towards the second one and eviscerate that one as well.
Gotcha.
I physically cannot roll low enough to not kill these things.
Then we come to Olaf.
Max Henry's turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Olaf.
Yes, Nari.
She will Eldritch Blast the one that is next to Glowie.
Very good.
22.
22 hits.
Come on. No.
She's the only one that deals low enough damage not to kill it.
Honestly, I think that at some point it's natural selection, right?
Yep.
She's just cursed.
Yep.
How does she always roll so low?
So Olaf.
Kakunk.
Very nice. You destroy it.
Kakunk. Oh wait. My child, I must have advantage. It's solely necessary to kill this thing.
You step forward. You smash it with your hammer. Kaboom.
It would have been so funny if you missed now.
My child, you've betrayed me. I'm sorry. Silly goofy mood.
Back up at the top of initiative. Sven, what do you want to do?
Actually, sorry, I will
I'm
move
sorry.
here, actually.
Killed it. With fire.
I like the idea that Olaf talks normally and then Sven enters the room and he just goes to my child.
I just turned into Kratos.
Kill it with fire.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. They have an AC of 12.
I miss it.
2
I missed
misses.
it twice. I rolled 2 3.
You are so flat-footed by this sudden thing. Which means the crawling claws get another round.
Which is weird, because the hand.
So we get 1
I'm
on
sorry.
Olaf and 1 on Sven. So first one on Olaf, miss. Second
Miss.
one on Sven is a miss. Glowie, it's your turn.
How is there thingy left still? I'm gonna do the Same old Bob. 10.
Ooh, no. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Meh.
Meh.
Say that in character out loud.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm confused. Why, this isn't a threat. Why is this the thing guarding Garo's office?
Because
Gora's
it
office.
spoils the surprise round. You don't get a surprise round because there's no way that you could have been quiet enough not to be caught in his passive perception. As the door opens, revealing a hunched, withered old person with a bronze mask over their face. This person pushes open the door, and I have a picture that I can share with you from the overhead.
Vigora. Oh.
This individual, who we will colloquially refer to as Withers, peers through. Now I can read the description of what he looks like. Every time I minimize it, I lose my place in the very long text document. Okay. A shriveled corpse of a humanoid wearing moldy robes with a bronze mask sculpted to look like a frowning visage. Around the character's neck hangs a black skull-shaped amulet and a number of severed hands crawling all over his body underneath his robes. So Withers cracks open the door, peers in, not surprised in the slightest by this. Your ambush was ruined by his little helpers. And he is going to ask, just casually, "Are you here to kill me?"
No?
Well, we didn't even know you existed before a few minutes ago, but we're here to kill a Serac.
I like your bird.
I like my bird as well. Are you going to kill me, or are you alright with talking?
We know that you help him, so probably.
Well, let's hear him out. He designed all the traps in here, but it doesn't mean he's making any more. He's static in the situation. We
I
can talk
have
about
many
this.
questions, and you have many questions. We could answer each other. He says this as he is very clearly preparing to cast a spell with his action if you do not want to talk.
I say we talk. We can always duke him first. Call off your hands, and then we can talk.
Yeah, I guess the question is, would he believe you guys?
Olaf generally wants to talk because I don't see him as a threat right now. Okay. We can, honestly, we can gank this guy so easily. Right?
Let's get. I know we're not really using action economy, but a lot of you can make a group perception check or persuasion, and I'll have him make an insight check to see what he can glean off.
So everyone makes persuasion.
Yeah, everyone makes persuasion, and we'll eyeball a median out of that.
Oh, my persuasion
is so charismatic, guys. We're so fucking charismatic.
I like it every time.
What's this up?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually perfect.
Yeah, the median is still like in the mid-teens.
Sven just like growling at him.
Yeah, and his insight is low enough that you get across the impression that you were aiming for, which is provisional conversation. So he lets go of his spell. He makes a horribly dry whistling sound, and the remaining crawling claws approach him and climb up into his robes, and we are out of initiative.
That's fucked. I don't know what he's doing with those underneath there. I don't like that.
Could be doing anything, man.
Why are they wriggling?
Elspeth says that out loud, by the way.
Yeah. He gives the impression of somebody who he's a lot smaller than his form looks like, and the reason is being there's a bunch of animated undead limbs that sort of bulk out his very shriveled body. You also see no real. It's hard to get any sort of insight on him because you can barely see his face. Just sort of the bottom of his mouth is visible, like his chin, underneath the frowning bronze mask. So he shuffles into the room and will pull out his long chair and have a seat, and he says, well, what brings all of you into the tomb of the 9 gods?
Your boss is kind of doing a whoopsie-daisy that could end the universe as we know it.
I am aware, yes.
So, what is your job here? Because that more or less dictates our opinion of you.
I am the architect. I am the architect. You see, when Aserak came to Chult, I'm changing this man's voice on the fly. I think this one's better. When Aserak came to Chult, he had many of us do many kinds of tests, and my tests proved to be the most effective. And so he awarded me with this prolonged existence so that I could continue my work unhindered by the needs of the flesh. I need no sleep, I need no food, I need no water. I can simply create. And it has been a joyous occasion to create. Whether the world survives or not is not entirely my concern. I assume that you have more attachment to the continued existence of this world.
Yes. Are you going to impede us if we try to kill your boss?
I don't see why. That is the point of a dungeon, is it not? It is
So
a
you're
challenge.
just in this for the fun?
Very much so. No,
I mean, that's exactly what dungeons are for. You go in there, you defeat the traps, you defeat the guardians, and then you get treasure, and at the end you have a big boss, and either the big boss wins after his big bad monologue, or you win, and then if you win, you are heroes.
Precisely.
Is
You see, if Aserak did not want to be challenged, he would not have built the Tomb of the Nine Gods. I'm not going to stand in the
that
way
always
of my
struck me
master's
as
plans.
odd.
Now,
Although, if I'm not mistaken, liches are very much egomaniacs.
I have answered questions from you. I think it is only fair for Turnabout that I ask you some questions as well.
Yeah.
Tell me, how fares Omu?
What
is the state
partially
of my
flooded.
home? Partially flooded. So would you
And,
hold anything back in your description of the geography of the city?
I'd be pretty vague, but like,
Basically, are you lying?
I think we were.
Or anything
Sorry?
like that. Are you lying?
No, but pretty vague. Just say like it's pretty much abandoned. You want you're the only real inhabitants right now.
He is deeply interested in this, and he leans forward on his desk, put his elbows up over his drawings, and clasps his horrendous, gnarled, bony hands in front of him. And so he's just... You can see the glint of his eyes beneath the holes on his mask. As he's just
Probably
fascinated.
Yes.
I am going to...
You don't get out much, do
what
you?
I would like from you, Olaf, to not divulge more details than you intend. You can give me a wisdom saving throw, because his interest is disarming, and it may cause you to slip up.
Yeah, it's more or less.
What would we
this
want
is probably
to
like.
hide?
I don't know. Guy's the one who told me that
I don't
Olaf was
know.
being vague.
Okay, I give him everything
Okay, fair enough.
about
Fair
Omu
enough.
at least.
Yeah, he drinks in the details. With an 8. I think you give him a lot more information than you intended, and so he's gonna have to answer a lot of your questions in return. Basically, this is just the balance of trading information is swung much more in his favor at this point. So yes, following that, he is going to say, very good, very good. You know, I can see some things through my servants, but my city is mostly a mystery to me, and the land beyond as well. Tell me of Nyanzaru.
No, we already answered your question. We get
No,
one.
you asked to answer the question of ours. I gave a little
Fair,
bit more than
fair
I
enough.
intended to, so.
Ask. And
Since
I
we gave
shall
you so much information about Omu, you could tell us about the traps in this dungeon?
There are a great many traps in this dungeon. Do you have any in
So why don't you
particular
tell
you're
us?
interested in?
Tell us where they are?
All of them.
I think that would
Okay.
take quite some time.
There are hundreds of rooms in this dungeon, my dear.
What about the major magical ones, like that fountain on the floor above?
The fountain is one of a kind. That is quite an old one. The master told me about it from his homeland. He used it in a tomb back in the
course.
early days of his undeath.
And any more, anything else like that?
You can give me a persuasion check about any particularly nasty magical traps on this floor. We'll say limited to this floor.
15.
15's not bad. I think what he's going to say to you is there are a number of magical traps on this level. I think the most ingenious one is the circular hallway. It is a relic of the construction of the tomb. We don't use it very much anymore. It's something of a testing ground. We would capture adventurers and send them into this magical tunnel. You will find an intersection of tunnel where both directions of the intersection slope up and away from you. The tunnel would appear to be a loop. If you were to walk along this loop, you would find yourself in a mirror reality version of this tomb, exactly as it was when the tomb was created. The difference, of course, is that it is a demiplane, and there's nothing of worth in there. It was simply how we tested the first traps of this tomb. As I said, it is mostly abandoned at this point, and we ignore it.
The ring is a path to another tomb. That must be what the hint's referring to.
Yeah, and he says specifically they kind of ignore it at this point. They just let people go in there and die. He says,
that's actually
other than that, my servants handle most of the cleaning. We keep the adventurer-facing parts of the tomb clean, for the purposes of Acerak's little games. Now tell me about Port 9 Zaru. Is the royal family still around?
No, it's been taken over by merchants and money and everything.
But surely some heirs remain. They were quite a widespread family.
Not that I know of.
All right, that's
Nah, the royals are poopy.
Decepzione.
That's deception.
Yeah.
They hunted my people. I don't like the royal.
18.
You got a critical.
Oh.
So he is going to the bronze mask again. Not very expressive. Just looks at you and says, "Indeed, the royal family is all gone, as you said." Insight checks.
We actually killed the last one.
Oh. Well, he knows that's a lie.
Why would you add that, Abby?
Hey, Abby's
Unless you slit Nare's throat right
Abby's
now.
Abby's being a good role player, not letting the meta knowledge ruin this. Yeah, so Elspeth,
Yeah,
as
we
soon
think
as
we
you
killed
say
her.
this, you recognize he knows you're lying, and you're adding that we killed her, puts together like, so they did not, and they in fact the opposite is true. So he, you see the eyes flick immediately to Nare, the only one of you that is, well, besides Glowie, the only one that is visually of Chult, and he says, "Indeed. Such a shame, you know. I never bore the royal family any ill will, despite the constantly turning down of my construction projects in my life."
Did Glowie notice this as well? Like him going to Nare, realizing that Nare
I
is the
don't think
princess?
with a 16, no. I think with
Good,
the
because I
mask in
think Glowie
place...
has not really realized that she is.
Fair enough. With the mask in place, he's hard to read, but a 23 is good enough that you definitely get past any sort of passive advantage on his part. So yeah, he says, you know, there's something of the royal family's history in here. If you were to have any affiliation or interest in the royal family, reclaiming the trophies of your kill, as it were. Deeper in the dungeon, there is quite a miraculous artifact. We managed to gather it some time ago. I'm not sure from exactly where, but... Uh-oh. Oh, that's Riley.
Riley, no!
Hi, Riley.
I need to now look for where this information is. Fabled treasures, there we go. He says, the black opal crown is actually in this very dungeon, if you can believe it.
Oh no, we have the crown. The opal of the crown is in the dungeon.
Yes. Well, he says Black Opal Crown, but yeah, you know that he's referring to the gem, not the crown itself. He says,
The what?
it is on the 4th level of this dungeon, the bottom of the grand staircase. It is quite a delightful trial that we've hidden it behind. The Black Opal Crown is a symbol of Chult's royalty, of course, and is tied into many apocalypse predictions. If you are seeking such a thing, you'll want to head down to the 4th level of this dungeon, the bottom of the grand staircase. And he says, head south and then east. You will find it in a maze. This is quite delightful, without spoiling anything.
I have reasons, since I lied to him, I have reasons to believe that he's lying to me, so can I make an insight check on that?
Absolutely, you can make a follow-up insight check for sure.
It might be north and west.
Oh, I'm going to use a sorcery point to reroll that.
Fair enough.
Oh, even worse.
He doesn't seem to be lying. He's hard to read.
Yeah.
Very clearly he's not being entirely honest with you. You don't know what the implications of that are, but you don't get, nothing that he said is untrue with regards to this so far.
Okay. So my belief now, then, is that he believes that this is too difficult of a task for us and will probably get us killed.
That is reasonable with a 13 reading off of what he said. He says, the artifact of the royal family is here if you're interested in collecting the trophies of your kill. It is on the 4th floor, head south and then east.
Oh no, we don't care about that. We just want to free the 9 trickster gods and stop the bad guy, right?
Glowie, why are you
there's a
giving
few
that away?
things in here that I might need.
Why not? I mean,
Yes,
he's
we-
honest with us, so we might as well be honest with him.
We do want to take as much power away from here as possible.
I think Withers will say, I answered a very dear question of yours, and I gave you a dire piece of advice. You will answer one of my questions in return, I hope, since we are being so cordial.
We can make this the last one.
For now, I'm assuming that this friendly relationship will carry forward once we leave this room.
I certainly hope so. Tell me, what is the nature of magical trade in the inhabited parts of Chult? And then
Magical
I don't know
trade?
what you mean.
yeah, magic items. So
Highly restricted.
what
Yes.
you can tell me, are you going to be honest about how the economy that you're aware of, or are you going to try to hide the details about the way that the merchant princes function?
Well, we
I will
don't know
just say it'd
much.
be
We
like-
just know that there is one guy who dictates how trade is happening.
Yeah, I just let Glowie answer this one. Oh, no clue.
Fair, yeah. He knows that you are not going to be very useful with this question, but he has clocked onto the fact that Olaf and Elspeth are not the best liars in the world, and also that the two of you do know a fair amount. So my question is, are you going to try to deliberately hide anything, or are you just going to share freely the mechanics of merchant print monopolies?
Elspeth will just say that, as far as we know, we didn't spend much time in Port Nine's Arrow. We didn't get into much of the deeper, merchant dealings, but all magic item sales have to go through one guy. That is in the open. There are some clandestine dealings.
Very well, very well. Well, ask your last question, and then you may feel free to go about your business.
Where are the Stone Sisters? Hold up.
The Stone Sisters are on the lowest level of this delightful tomb.
I love the way this guy talks.
Thank you. I made it up as I went. Their offices are on the 6th level, the cradle, as it were, the nursery. I need to scroll down to this now. This is in the area of the 70s, to give you some knowledge on how big this fucking tomb is.
Very big is the answer.
Mm-hmm. He says, they have a number of workshops on the 6th floor of this dungeon, past the two floor, Guardians. The final floor of the dungeon, the cradle of our nascent death god, is where they have their workshop. Yeah, I don't know what other helpful things he would tell you. He says
That's good enough.
they will occasionally, when they are between particular missions, they will walk about the tomb in their ethereal forms. They have free reign to come and go as they please, so you will not always find them down in the cradle. But when you do, they are quite defensive of their lands, their workshop. Rightly so. They do good work. There we go. Area 71. Where is Area 71? Yeah. I guess the important thing that you would glean from this, he would tell you that even when the Sown Sisters aren't in their lair, it is heavily defended by a mix of their creations, as well as here we go. Smoke. So their lair is heavily obscured at all times. They can see through it because they have ethereal sight. You would have a hard time making your way through their lair. That is the other helpful piece of information. Their lair is on the 6th level of the dungeon. Their lair is hard to navigate because it is heavily obscured due to magical smoke. As
With
well
that
as
information, someone remind me when we level up to swap out a spell for warding wind, because that would be very useful, can that?
Oh.
I'm putting it on my notes.
Oh, also, you killed 5 crawling claws, and they are 10 XP each, so you each get 10 experience points.
Wow!
Yippee!
Yeah.
I believe Smoke betrayed us and is helping the Sown Sisters.
I think with that, do you have anything else you want to say? As you answer this final question?
Sorry, I got 2 more very important questions. The more important one of the 2, what's the bird's name? Welcome back.
He says, my bird, you made friends. You're back!
Lost internet.
Oh, okay. What Elspeth learned for the last question is that the Sown Sisters are on the 6th floor. They are the ones attending to the cradle of the death god. They are its nurses.
I think I've been off for the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
I disappeared a while ago.
It was mostly just me mumbling as I read the very poorly laid out descriptions. Their lair is defended by a bunch of guardians, even when they're not there, and it is heavily obscured with magical smoke.
Yeah, I think the last thing I witnessed was Elspeth doing very poorly on a deception check to tell the guy that.
Yeah, the guy knows that Nare is of the royal family, and he basically is trying to bait us to find the Black Opal Crown, or rather the Opal, in the 4th floor because he thinks it's so difficult to reach that we will die there.
Yeah. He says, in response to your question about the bird, he says, "That is my beautiful parrot, Komara Blackfire. I had him in my life, and when I was transformed into my current state, I made sure to bring my beautiful parrot back with me." And
you're friends for life. That's
Komara
so cute.
just makes that raspy squawk at you again.
No, I love the bird. It's a good bird.
Now, I do hope you will leave me to my work now.
Sorry. Last question this time for you. What's your favorite color? Mine is a strong and vibrant green, like the leaves of the trees in the forest. Or rather, jungle.
Gray.
Because undead thing. I get it.
He says,
okay.
Shades of gray are much more pleasing to the eye than garish colors.
Fair. I like bright colors, damn it. Anyway, bye, birdie. Bye, Mr. Architect. It was
It
nice talking to
rasps
you.
at you, and you can almost hear a word in there, but it has no tongue, so it can't speak.
Unfortunate.
All right, are you going to leave in peace? Are you going to attack this man as he sits at his desk?
I mean,
It would
honestly,
be very mean.
he does nothing but draw up stuff. He has people cleaning. He's more or less just here because Aasimar forgot about him. At least that's how I perceive this guy.
Oh, you can perceive anything however you want. That is about read on the situation.
One second.
Can leave
I'm
him
just
for now.
seeing-
For now.
I wanted to get snacks from the corner store, but we can do that like later. Like I have like a 10-minute break if that's okay. It's later.
He didn't mute himself.
What did it read him?
Oh, I thought you were talking to your...
I was talking to you guys.
Oh, I thought
He
you were
wants
talking to...
snacks and he didn't
Sorry,
prepare before the session, so he wants to have an extended break during the session so he can get snacks.
Yeah, anyway.
Also, I need a piss.
You can break your way out of here, for sure. And go piss, girl.
No, just whenever there's a natural pause in the session. I don't
Fair
want
enough, fair
to
enough.
want to keep going.
Yeah, Withers will not pursue you, and if you leave him in peace, he will honor your leaving him in peace. And will leave you in peace.
Yay! But how much XP would he get?
Withers, before I leave this tomb, can I get some copies of your schematics?
I'm afraid they are a little proprietary. Did you have any particular questions?
I wanted to have a look over them. See if I can apply any of the knowledge you've developed over the last few centuries.
He's asking you what specific one do you want.
All of them.
Well, he's not going to give you all of them.
Rats. Think it over. Maybe find something that's interesting. Then I'll poke it out.
All right. Yeah, you absolutely can open the door, close it behind you. Everybody falls out of the room. Good job, guys. Well done.
You're gonna curb stomp that guy so easily.
Yeah, he's like a single spellcaster.
Yeah,
I
Did we
just
get
like
a 4 to the
counterspell every,
XP?
You don't know what this kid is.
I just counterspell every single thing he does, and he's just sat there crying.
I could become Big Kitty and eat him, but he's a friend.
All right.
Anyways,
you fall back out in the hallway. You have a few minutes before the torchlight goes out. Where do you want to go?
Let's head. Do we want to head to the main staircase and look around there?
Yeah, I'm not sure as to what this is. This seems okay. This is not supposed to be accessed. This part of the dungeon looks like the access tunnels of
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah,
a
it's like the
facility.
maintenance
Exactly.
It's
shack.
unrelated to the main like processes of the dungeon.
We're doing that thing where we like see that there's a way that has no enemies, and it's like, yeah, this is the wrong way. Let's go towards where the enemies are.
Fair enough, yeah. So are you going down the stairs or are you going back through the secret door?
Yeah, back through the secret door.
Oh, very nice. Very good. So who's going first?
I'm waiting for Olaf to lead the way.
All right, Olaf.
God damn it!
Olaf knows how to open the doors and Glowie's the thing.
Yeah, so
Click.
similar as before, as soon as you open the door, or as soon as you enter the room, the scrying pool begins shimmering with light. You can avert your gaze without too much difficulty. That's not too hard. Riley, are you following them as well? Or did you have something else in mind?
Sure.
Very good. So Sven is taking up the tail. All right. So you file on through. Olaf, you get to the next door. You trigger the clip to open the next secret door. And I think given the... what's the word I'm looking for? Given the marching order here, and since you are all declare that you are keeping your eyes away from the fountain, I think it's going to have advantage. As the second person...
I would look at the fountain. There's a nice light. I am
Yeah.
going to look at the fountain as if I could not.
Yeah, Glowie. You see the perspective of a tall person, very tall from your perspective, just walking through a tomb, turning a corner, and you can see that there is a corpse on the ground. The figure shuffles up to this, looks down at the corpse. You can see it appears to be a wizard of some sort, splayed out on its back, but it doesn't look like a person. This isn't that weird to you, because you spent a lot of time in the Fey Realms. It looks almost like a satyr, and there's a staff sort of clutched against this person's chest. It looks like they've been beaten to a pulp. As this catches your eye. You're looking at this, and then all of a sudden, a metal-bound undead fist reaches up out of the water and is going to grab you and try to pull you in.
For fuck's sake, Glowie.
It was a good visit. How could I not look?
A 22, so you can give me a athletics check to try to resist being pulled in.
I cannot beat that with athletics.
You could get a natural 20. And then use an inspiration.
It'll be lower.
You could use an inspiration.
I don't have inspiration.
Oof.
I don't have
Just
Flash of
not going
Genius
good.
either.
Okay. In that case, none of you necessarily have reactions because they didn't enter the square, just reach through the pool. Glowie is yanked
Is this
into the
considered
pool.
an attack?
It is a grapple and force movement. And this figure is not physically present. The arm just reached through the pool, through the scrying sensor, and is going to pull Glowie through the water.
I think technically they are more than 5 feet away from you.
Yeah. So unless you have anything in hand that can prevent this, Glowie is going to be yanked through the pool.
I don't believe I do.
I'm going for a swim. It's going to be fine.
Okay, with that, Glowie, you disappear.
Carrick's number 4. Give it up. Carrick's number 4.
The rest of you see that the image in this pool, that arm is now gripping Glowie by the scruff of their neck and is lifted up, and this figure is looking up at them, and Glowie just sort of squeals. Or seems to squeal in this black and white image of somewhere else in the tomb, and then it goes dark. So Glowie has been kidnapped and taken somewhere else. Anyway,
Oh no! It's the consequences of your actions!
the door behind you
It
finishes
took very
opening.
long for them to caught up with me.
The door behind you finishes opening. You hear the raspy sounds of zombies on the other side. And yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm going to try, reaching my arms into the pool.
It's just cold water. Whatever magical connection was between this and the Tomb Guardian has been severed at this point.
It's not.
Your arm is slightly wet now.
It's not a portal anymore.
No, whatever magical
So the best
connection.
option is just to find the other side?
Wherever she went to, yeah.
Do you remember anything from the first time you looked through the portal?
It just looks like a different area of the dungeon. It all looks the same. The only there weren't any details where that's Spencer. It was just
No, you deliberately did not spend much time looking at it. The only person that did was
I
Glowie,
didn't.
which caught the
I
attention
didn't.
of the creature being scryed upon.
I didn't
Now,
want to spend much time looking.
I would like Olaf. You can give me a perception check.
Beep, not meat, whack-a-mole. Subversive and breedable. There we go. Quick fail.
Oh,
Checks out,
she's
yeah.
sad. Well, it was nice
Can we
knowing
make
you,
it to
but-
5? I'm at 4 then, so let's see if we can have another.
I guess Elspeth will just run out into the main chamber.
Mhm.
See if she,
I'm just to keep going until I hear a cat getting beaten to death.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just run
you're out
through.
here. First thing, as soon as you get near this door here to the south, you are hit with a wave of rotten flesh smell, and you see a number of undead arms as you approach, reaching through the cages. This is a portcullis that is not fully closed. There are a number of undead on the other side. Real quick, I'll just read the description. And then I won't leave you hanging too long, Mia, sorry.
It's alright. I can.
3 oval holes are carved into a 9-foot wide, 9-foot high stone door at human head height. As you approach, you see... Oh, I'm sorry, they're not arms. 3 humanoid heads stick out of the holes, each covered in putrid flesh, and they are gnashing on an iron bit bolted to a chain bridle. So it would appear that there are, in some sort of Walking Dead-esque cage here, there are 3 zombies that have been chained up bit and bridle style just on the other side of this door, and they are pulling against their strain, their chains to try to bite you as you walk past the door.
Can we try and shush them away with the lights that we have?
Absolutely. What do you want to do? Anything mechanical?
I literally want to turn my lights on and step into the square that Elspeth is and see if they react.
Absolutely. They don't seem to be able to bite you. They are definitely trying, but the bit and bridle in their mouths prevent them from actually chomping in any meaningful way. But they are definitely like pulling against their binds as hard as they can to try to get to you. If you would like to make perception checks further, you are certainly welcome to. And Riley, feel free to chime in anytime if you have anything to add. I don't want to ignore you, Mark.
I'm being quiet on purpose today.
Gotcha.
15.
15's not bad. I think Elspeth is going to be helping you because the two of you encountered this zombie door together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll get the advantage. Thank you, Laugh, for giving me eyes. So sorry, that was not. That would be a 4.
Okay.
So a 15.
We're good
15's
today on
better,
important things.
So what you can tell, this door, there are a number of chains that have been woven through the door itself. It seems that the harder the zombies pull, the tighter the door is shut. If the zombies were to run in the other direction, the opposite would happen and the door would close.
Open.
The door would open.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Right. So
this is one of
basically
those traps where the zombies seeing something they want is going to keep the door closed. The zombies running away from you is going to open the door.
So if we find a source of sunlight, we can scare them away and get into that room.
Possibly, or if any of you were a cleric, and I really feel like they should have put in the advice to please have a cleric with you at all times. Because turn undead would make this puzzle immediately solvable.
Hey, so Mia, do you ever play with cleric?
I can bring Rory back, and she's lower level now because she's half rotten from the death curse.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I guess do you think we can be able to get across this divide safely as long as we're mindful?
There's no way for them to actually hurt you. That's part of the way that this trap works. They can't meaningfully hurt you, but they are going to try, and that's going to keep the door shut. I think with the 15, you can also tell that this door is extremely heavy. It won't be a problem for 3 zombies because their strength does not depend on their fit. Like they don't have the same restrictions you do. They don't care if they're destroyed when they pull on something. Whereas you would be hard pressed to move this even with 2 people. To pull this up into the ceiling. I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Yeah, I think Elspeth's going to get a look down this corridor here.
I think I got to go back to the
Actually, she only really...
to double check if there's anything helpful and in the grand staircase.
Her dark vision doesn't actually reach that far, so she probably can't see much.
7B, you saw the plaque already. Ring his path to another tomb, dead abhor sunlight. Only a jewel contained the frog. Bow as the dead god intoned, into darkness descend. So, sunlight is specific wording. If that particular hint refers to this door, sunlight is going to be different than lantern light. The lantern did not seem to affect them any particular way.
Yeah. I assumed as much. I just wanted to try it because...
nothing else noticeable about the floor.
I mean, based on your comments, I was like thinking maybe that just broadly refers to light in general, but if you're saying specifically clerics, then they expected you to cast actual daylight.
Either turn undead or daylights. Usually in D&D, sunlight is a specific thing. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Elspeth, you can easily get past them. They can't hurt you. Everybody's following you along. The way turns around you this way. So you head along on your way. What you can see is up ahead of you, with the Ghost Lantern and the Flame-Tongue Greatsword from Sven, you can very clearly see that there is a passageway that goes up to the north, and there is a stone devil face, green like everything else, with its mouth open, in the middle of the floor on the chamber up ahead. Some sort of elevator shaft or something that you can tell from this distance. However, when you get to this spot and you turn to the right, Elspeth, you can see that there is a long corridor with a branch that goes to the north and the south, and then there's another one that continues forward into a chamber up ahead. And here's a spot in the dungeon where I will not reveal it until you told me what you're going to do.
Ooh.
Because the battle map spoils the surprise.
So, a passage to the north and south.
A four-way intersection. There's a corridor that heads north and a corridor that heads south. You don't see any details from where you're currently standing. There's also the east-west corridor, which extends away from you a good 60 feet or so, and then opens up into a larger room that has a oddly checkered floor. It looks like a chessboard of black and white tiles.
I guess Elspeth will just run towards the intersection. We're not being very careful because we want to get to Glowie.
Fair enough. You get to the four-way intersection. You immediately tell, to your left and right, the corridors extend a good 30 feet.
This is the thing.
And then begin slanting upward. The thing that you do notice is to the north, there is a corpse on the ground with a staff laid over its chest.
Slanting upwards, don't go down that one.
Yeah.
Is a go-to-wizard person. Who could that be?
Do I make anything else out about the
at this
corpse?
point, you can make perception checks.
Okay. Perception 14.
The ring leads to another dungeon.
14. Very good. Anybody else want to pile on a perception check? As you run down
No.
Okay.
18 off Olaf. Let's see. Sven's going to crit. Here we go. No. Olaf, so you're the one that catches it. Elspeth is looking up towards that wizard. Olaf, you actually see where the horizon of the tunnel, again, it seems to slope upwards as it goes. So a good, 60 feet in front of you, you see a figure in the distance peer, on the ground, look down at you. It seems to be heavily cloaked, looks down the corridor at you, clocks you clocking that figure. It turns around and runs back up.
Okay.
I don't know if that's bait.
You catch it for just a moment.
Do we see anything about the wizard? Any specifics about the wizard?
With the 14, you immediately clock that the robes that this figure's wearing are Devlin's robes. But he seems to have turned into a satyr of some kind.
I mean, there have been race change things in other iterations of this tomb.
Actually, I can just show you this corridor now because the mirror trick was revealed to you by Withers. So I'll just reveal it to you. Yeah. So Devlin's corpse appears to be up to the north of this corridor, and
God.
You also see that. Olaf saw that a robed figure was hiding further up the corridor, spotted you guys looking, and then ran away before anybody else could catch sight of it.
It wouldn't make sense for it to be bait, because I don't think bait would run from us.
You also know that a Tomb Guardian was down here, because this is where... actually, I think Glowie's the only one that saw the corpse. You wouldn't even know this is necessarily the location.
Oh, so this
Didn't get to call us, gold wizard, before stuff happened.
Well, I should bring my...
The reason why I wouldn't show this to you is it very clearly looks like a dead end. But the point is that you walk down this corridor and then, invisible teleporters sort of thing.
I will just grab a piece of rope, give it to Olaf, and take the other end and begin walking towards Devlin's corpse and just drag it back towards the intersection.
19. Yeah. Let's see. Anything interesting? You approach the body. I think Moa, of course, is deeply sad inside of your head, Olaf. Wongo is, of course, telling you to fight wherever you are going. I think Obalaka is very happy that you're going to retrieve your friend. She wants you to catalog all of his belongings and remember him, squirrel him away with the rest of your memories. She, of course, is completely convinced that he's your friend and you just had an antagonistic relationship. Not a complicated spirit. But yeah, you reach the body and you can peer down. He is in a bad way. It looks like he was pummeled to death by bludgeoning and slashing. You would guess, based on the wounds, that this was the Whites rather than Tomb Guardian that killed him, because he seems to have suffered life drain as well. Also, the goat transformation does not seem to have been entirely pleasant either. He's got his bag at his side, which you would know as a wizard would contain all of his component pouch and shit like that. He's got his, there's a chest clutched over his chest, which is smeared with blood. That is new, you don't recognize that. The only thing special about it is, actually I gotta look up the picture of what it actually looks like. There isn't a picture, okay. So it's very clearly magical, is what I'll tell you. So he's got the staff clutched to his chest. He's got his bag at his side, but he's just been pummeled. The other thing you notice, his hat is missing, which is weird. He had a hat that he was particularly fond of, his wizard's hat.
If it's really pointy, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Moron.
You can make me a history check, actually.
Okay. 13.
Okay. The hat was a magical item.
Was it a head of wizardry and he was actually not a wizard, he was just faking it?
He was a warlock this entire time!
If you got higher than 13,
Oh, you
I told
said-
you what it was. But he was very protective of it and quiet about it. So you clocked that it was
Wait,
magical, but you never found out what it did.
Yeah.
Is he in his undergarments? You said the figure is wearing his robes.
Yeah, it looks like his clothes, he took off most of his clothes during the goat transformation. It looks like he was deeply uncomfortable in his outfit. So he's got his outer robes, which is how you recognize the body. But yeah, it looks like he stripped away most of his stuff.
Something's taken all of his stuff and gone into the mirror dungeon.
Your question, it went ahead into here, into this tomb, right?
Yeah, off further north.
Oh, so the thing that was wearing his robes is north.
Further north or further east?
They weren't wearing his robes. Sorry about that. It's just generic black cloak. Sort of
Okay.
Organization 13 style.
That's bait. That's bait for a curious adventure. I'm willing to discard that immediately.
I'd like to identify the chest he's clutching. Just sort of like look it over.
Absolutely. So you drag the body back in here, and look over it. So specifically, what do you want to look at? He's got his bag, he's got his staff, he's got his regular ass wizard robes, and then of course there's the body itself. What do you want to look at closely?
I thought you said he had a magical chest on him.
No.
Am I stupid?
He's got a magical staff.
You did.
A clearly magical staff.
You did
Chest
say
on his
chest.
chest, but it's not magical. The staff is magical.
Oh yeah, sorry. The staff is clutched to his chest. He doesn't have a magical chest. My apologies. My bad wording.
Maybe he just worked out a lot and it's magical in a different way. Some people like a nice hairy chest, and a goat chest, that's very hairy.
Elspeth is
Yeah,
just
but the
gonna
goat legs are
go on.
weird.
She's gonna slump against the wall. Just so tired of everything going wrong and everyone dying.
That's alright. We'll get through this and hopefully we'll be able to bring them back.
I hope his family can pay for it because I can't.
So what are you looking for? What are you looking at specifically?
Oh no, if there's no like chest, then
I mean, there's his
I'm good.
chest. It's hairy and looks goaty.
no, I'm not gonna crack open his sternum.
Fair enough. But I mean, Elspeth did grab the body and drag it over here.
Yeah.
I will, I guess, investigate to see if he had anything useful on him. Maybe had notes or something
Yeah.
that could help us.
Give me that investigation check.
Investigation normal. Critical failure.
Nice.
Critical failure, very nice. So I think with that, you, not even thinking about it, you reach down to grab the staff. To pull it away from his
it's fucking
chest.
cursed, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
Okay.
gonna
It's
be
cursed.
I think before your fingers touch it, something is going to happen.
Yeah, you feel someone suddenly from behind holding your arm so that you don't reach any further. Someone who's not quite glowy small, but not much taller either. So you still have a habit of disturbing the rest of the dead, huh?
No.
I'll just drop this here.
No, you're dead. You're not who I think you are you?
Indeed, the rest of you can turn around and look into under the hood of this mysterious figure and, describe to us your new character.
Boy.
Well,
Actually! Will we fucking die? No, I can't handle!
I didn't say die. New character
No,
doesn't
he's
mean
not
she's
dead.
dead.
glowy is not
Okay.
dead.
Necessarily.
Okay,
Potentially.
sorry, please go on. I'm so sorry for interrupting you, but that's immensely funny, because it just sounds like Glowie is dead, and you had to make a new character. Oh my god, please continue.
Really quick.
Anyway,
Quick,
you look on.
Sorry, Riley, your question before Mia goes off?
I said that's really quick character creation if that's what happened.
Spoilers, we planned it a little bit.
Did we?
Maybe.
Nah. I was never-
Glowy was in a
I was
spot that
never-
wasn't fun to play anymore.
Yes. Anyway, you look down into this creature who is having these mysterious dark robes on, and you can see a face that looks about as dead as it did when it was alive. And you see a very tired-looking Lucia, a bit older than she looked when she died, because when she died, she was still like younger than she's supposed to be because of the painting.
What fucking trick is this? You're supposed to be dead.
I'm going to need some wisdom saving throws from everybody who's looking into Lucia's face here. Because the other thing that you notice is seemingly painfully, though she doesn't seem to be reacting to it as painfully, it looks like tree roots have pushed themselves up out of her scalp between her hair. And the reason why the hood is so disguising is because a seeming crown of bone has grown root-like out of the scalp of Lucia's head, and she appears to be an upside-down tree with these nasty bone fragments sticking up out of her head, and that is rather upsetting.
Yeah,
I
Elspeth will just
Yeah,
Elspeth will step back and just say, "No, you're some crap again. The dungeon is back in time, so it shows us people from the past or something."
No, it's not. But she's older.
Yeah. I need a wisdom save from Sven as well. If you got below a 10, I'm going to say you have the frightened condition of this.
Yeah, Olaf is gonna sort of walk past and then back away into this room.
So you can still approach Lucia. It won't be that kind of frightened, but just while Lucia's around you, you're going to have disadvantage for the next hour on ability checks, as if she is a source of your fear. Okay, same for Sven. You're essentially looking at a ghost here, which is how we're mechanically doing it.
Nari crit succeeds with a 24.
Yeah.
She's just happy to have her sister back. And that's very cute.
Yeah. You see this sad, battered waif, a little older, not seeming to have been affected by the same magic of the painting as the previous Lucia.
She looks significantly less sick as well.
I'm going to open the folding shelter here and unload Lucia's corpse.
You can't open it, there's not enough room, so you're going to have to enter this room to do so.
Okay, one second. Logic is still a part of me. Only a jewel can tame the frog. If the frog is down here...
What you do catch as you head this way and turn away from Lucia is there's a very strong smell of wine. And you can see in the center of this chessboard room, is a sarcophagus. It is sparkling in a shaft of sunlight that is shining down from the vaulted ceiling. The ceiling in here is 12 feet overhead and is arched. The other thing to note, there are gargoyle heads in each of the walls with their mouths agape, and it would look to be spigots in each of their mouths, from which is wafting the smell of wine. So do you continue into this room, friend Olaf?
I think I'm sort of almost like I've just sort of caught myself before like jumping off a cliff. Like, don't enter a room unless we know what's going on. Like, that's the vibe we've been going with this entire time. And despite this being very traumatic, fuck you, Mia. And I don't know what the implications of this are.
You can certainly ask.
Where did you come from?
From Soulmonger, I think.
She's just...
You don't have a physical form. We have your body.
She's just part of the trap. She's going to convince us to go to the other dungeon and get trapped there.
You're already in the other dungeon. You went into the corridor. You were not supposed to go into the corridor.
But those two don't.
I will say that I'm sorry, Mia, that is actually incorrect. You need to complete the loop and get back to the middle to have it function. You just went through the loop in reverse, which is how you got behind them.
Okay. So I got out, not they get in.
Yeah.
No, just stopped you from doing something stupid. Yeah. I didn't intend to join up with you again, but... Oh, well.
I think Nare is going to approach you, and she's going to reach out a hand. She's going to say, Are you a trick? Or are you you? And she's going to reach out a hand to you. How do you respond?
I'll gently take her hand. Honestly, I don't know. Not very clear to me. I woke up a couple days ago at the bottom of this dungeon in a slightly horrifying room filled with dozens of corpses of me. And yeah.
Yeah, she looks at your face and she says, You're you, but different. Would you let her touch your face?
Yeah, I would let her.
You can give me an insight check, Abby, off of Nara's sheet.
Okay.
Six. Ooh, not amazing. So she says, I can't tell. I'm feeling what I'm seeing, but I don't believe it still. Why would they be making more of you? They were afraid of you. They said that if you were here, they would fail.
Hey, making the prophecy real.
They wanted to know what was special about me. That is what they told me. Or at least that is what I overheard them saying when they made me. I don't know what exactly happened. I think they pulled bits of me out of the Soulmonger to make this. And just looked out at my body.
So you're a golem or something?
Yeah.
No,
think
that's more akin to a homunculus. A facsimile of what Lucia's body should look like, but they fucked up.
You can give me a self-insight check, Lucia.
no.
I think you clicked on the wrong sheet.
Oh, no, I think this is the right one.
That rolls
I'm
from
also-
Nare.
Oh no, it's not from Nare. It's because I was on the. That is the wrong Lucia. No, the sheet is on GM roll. Apparently, I think. Oh no, Nare sheet.
Yeah.
What? I'm very confused.
Yeah, you're on Nare.
No, I think I'm on GM roll. All this sheet is on GM roll.
Somehow
I
that's
cannot
worse.
Change it.
You have vague recollections of dreams.
No, I'm pretty sure the first one was right.
Okay. Either way, it's not amazing. You have vague recollections of dreams, but you can't parse helpful information from those. You may get more insight into your nature as the dungeon continues. Mia is reading something
So-
very intently.
No, I'm just
Something-
checking the sheet to see if it works properly now. No, for some reason I'm always automatically on
Oh,
GM roll.
that is
the
bizarre.
sheet.
I don't know why that would be a thing. Here we go. Why would that
And it's
be?
also always on disadvantage, even though it's
I
not.
don't know why that is.
Something is really, really weird.
It's in your
the
journal. It
sheet.
can be edited and controlled by you. Let's see. Settings, advantage toggle, whisper toggle. Yeah, it appears to be broken.
Oh no.
Never whisper rolls. Never roll advantage. Let's close it and let's try that again. Again, roll 20.
No!
Did it fix
Oh
now?
no.
No, still busted.
No.
That
no, I don't want to make the
sucks.
sheet again. There's so much shit in this sheet.
Yeah, and if we turn you into an NPC to try to reset it, you'll have to type everything back in because it clears the character sheet.
Get NPC.
I'm so sorry, Mia. I don't know why this is the case.
Anyways, existential dread.
Yeah. Existential.
I will open the sheet again and see if it works. Then maybe we are lucky.
If it remains broken, I will make you a new PC sheet so you don't have to put all the effort through.
Please make me a new sheet. I will fill it up with the stuff.
Gotcha. Well, anyway. You have enjoyed it.
What's the
She has
last thing you
no...
remember?
There you go.
Last thing I remember, before or after I died.
Before you died, I guess.
Before I died, the
Tell us
last thing I
something.
remember was fire newts surrounding me and you leaving me to die. Thank you for that.
We didn't leave you to die. We were retreating.
Without me.
We left the dwarf as well. We didn't want you to die, obviously. We came back, but we were too late.
We'd hoped they captured you and we could save you. But they were...
I am man-eating salamander.
Right, well, we
And you
didn't
left
know that.
me.
It's not our fault.
This
You can
isn't...
keep telling yourself that if you want. That's fine by me.
Why are you grandstanding right now? You know how much we went through to try and get back? We almost died.
We nearly
I don't
died a
even know if you're
second
real.
time trying to get your body.
What did you do with my body, actually?
It's encased in obsidian.
Huh?
You
We
remember
preserved it so
at
that we
this
could
point.
bring you back when all this was over.
You remember a feeling of being trapped and very, very cold.
Spencer,
and
you're
almost
muted.
breathe.
Under the assumption
Can you
that
hear-
you're,
can you hear me now?
in fact, Lucia.
Can hear you now. Yeah.
Ah, there you go. So, Mia, You had a sensation briefly that you remember, where you were, you had a sensation of being in the dark, cold and unmoving, but it's just a moment. Somehow you remember being encased in that, and this checks out based on what you remember from this dream? Question mark. You have some memory of a dream that is similar to that, being encased in stone.
Ow.
We need to find Glowie. We're wasting time here.
Who's Glowie?
A cat.
Oh, is it the
She's-
Tabaxi that I heard?
She's not on this floor.
Would I have seen what happened with
Yeah.
Glowie?
So what you saw is the Tomb Guardian that picked them up. Sorry. It went into the checkerboard room.
Well, they went in there, pointing at the room.
There's no one in here anymore.
Oh,
You
I
can
will
see-
check something real quick before I go crazy. I have an idea here.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me edit the name of Lucia Aurora, the second sheet, real quick, and add a 1 to it.
That might be
And
it.
now click this button. This fucking site sucks ass.
That's why. That's some bullshit. Fuck roll 20.
It's even high. It's the other one is higher up in the compendium.
Yeah.
So it checks the name of the character, even though I click on the other sheet with the other benefit.
Yep. Well, anyway, props up.
So fucking stupid. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, I hate
Okay,
this
what's
website.
up?
Why does it suck so hard? This is like,
Yep.
oh my lord, that has. I know this website has spaghetti code, but holy shit.
Okay, so this can be.
Oh, my inside
one
is
of
not
three
actually. Yeah, there was something weird then. Okay, the inside was not my inside. It was the inside of the other character sheet. I opened the right character sheet,
But it rolled off the other one.
but when I click it, it shows me the stats like the on the bio info page. It showed me the right one,
Yeah.
but on the other one it didn't.
Oh,
So
fucking weird.
that's very weird.
Anyway. Olaf and Elspeth. The two of you hear some splashing.
Flashing?
Splashing.
Oh god, is Glowie drowning right now?
We know that these spigots release wine,
You
right?
smell wine, yes. It appears that there is wine beyond these various spigots in here.
I'm gonna try
It
opening
could
one
be-
of them.
Okay, you can enter the room and have a proper look around.
Yeah, I will go in with Olaf.
I read the things already.
Just to...
Gilded coffin in the middle, sunlight streaming down from the chamber's vaulted ceiling, which arches 12 feet overhead. 4 large stone gargoyle heads, their mouths agape, protrude from the walls. The splashing sound, I can have all of you make active perception checks to try to suss out where the sound is from. I will
it's either
say...
in darkness descends.
Yeah, I will say, Moa, as you're looking around, Olaf, Moa's going to say from inside your head, this doesn't ring any bells of any of my friends, or any of my brothers, or sisters.
Or siblings.
Yeah,
Just...
siblings. It says, this doesn't match the iconography of any of my siblings. None of us have
I'd
any
like to
associations with
investigate
wine.
the sarcophagus top.
Absolutely. You can see that it has a hinged lid. There's a wooden plaque that is very clearly visible in the sunlight that says "Drown your sorrows" in common. But you see no sign in particular of fucking
The trickster god.
the
of
trickster
some
gods.
kind.
Yeah. I will have you roll a luck check real quick. Below a 10's
So
bad,
D20?
above a 10's good. Okay. Yeah, so you You have the good sense not to approach this any further. You read that and you declare what it says to everybody else. John, your sword is written.
I basically only want to find out, is there a Trickster God's depiction on
You
this?
see no iconography of a Trickster God. You see no name associated with it. And what were those perception checks? 21 and a 16 are good enough. The splashing sound seems to be coming from beyond this mouth right here.
Right, I guess I'll go up to it and close the spigot.
There is not exactly a spigot. Let me find the description here. The gargoyle heads. There's very clearly a hole in the mouth, holes in the nostrils. The mouth hole is about a small-sized creature. So you could probably squeeze through there. But it appears to be dry at the moment. But there's no spigot, it's just a hole.
Can I look inside to see if I see any signs of
tongue is
glowing?
arched to make a nice little slide of something. Yeah, you can make me another perception check as you're looking up the hole.
Into darkness descend.
As for the rest of you, anything else you're doing in this room?
Elspeth is just eagerly awaiting to see what Olaf finds it.
Gotcha.
I think Into Darkness Descent probably refers to the spiral staircase.
That's part of the secret part of the dungeons. I don't think so.
I mean...
Oh, yeah.
It could still be, like... I don't think it would make any distinction about the secret and the non-secret parts. If I was making a dungeon, I would add hints for the secret part to throw off people who don't find the secret part.
Okay, with a 19, that's not too shabby at all. I'm going to roll something real quick, privately.
Well, the thing is, we have 3 clues to go off, because we've already used 2 of them, right?
Yeah. Olaf, what you see is descending rapidly towards you, so you can get out of the way if you need to, is a form that is sort of just tumbling its way down the mouth of this thing. It looks roughly person-sized, but you're looking down like a hole that's about this big.
So it's descending towards me. So is it a slide that comes from above?
Yeah, it's arcing down at like a 45-degree angle. Something is tumbling.
Okay,
down.
My bad. I thought it was going down. Then it's not the darkness descends.
No. It's tumbling down towards you at about a 45-degree angle. It's like it's like if you're at like a fucking one of those old style bars where they have the hoses for beer and whatnot.
I want you to liken it to just seeing someone coming down a water slide, but
yeah.
I'll get out and clear the path.
All right.
And I'm going to ready my hammer just in case it isn't glowy.
Yeah. Everybody gets into position, and tumbling out of this little spigot hole is a skeleton. Out of the back of its head is a horrendously fused on stone key.
Stone key.
The shape of which is a square.
God,
this figure tumbles into the room. Is immediately going to use a bonus action to disengage, and is going to run past you. So you may make your opportunity attack with Sentinel as it tries to run past you, Olaf.
Yeah.
That hits. So you want to do your boom hammer too?
Yep, it stops moving as well, by the
15.
way.
Ah, beautiful. That is good enough in terms of the damage without even needing to make it save. It detonates. Bones flying everywhere.
Can I retrieve the key?
Yes, you can absolutely pick up the skull.
Did I see the corresponding door for these keys?
I believe you would have. I'm gonna have to check here real quick. The door that these unlock is on the 6th floor. Yes. These skulls are used to open the door to the lair of the Hegs.
Mm-hmm. Wait, how do I get past that then?
You have ways. You know the ways. 'Cause you have the key. 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 You
Oh,
Also, I guess leaving somewhere is different from going in somewhere.
Also that, yes.
but mainly I have wisp.
Yes. And in terms of XP, all of you get 10 XP.
Yay.
As you disintegrate
Yippee!
this. And you can collect the skull. Now, Sven, you can give me a perception check. Oh, nice. So, Sven, my question for you right now. Did Sven enter the
I was offline when you gave us the XP for the hands.
Oh,
It was
that was
10.
5. I'm sorry, you're right, because you killed 5 of them, they're 10 XP each. So you've gotten a total of 20 XP this session so far.
Wow.
Okay. So much EXP.
So, Riley, did Sven enter the room, or is Sven still in the corridor?
They'll be still in the court. I think they're just acting as guard today.
Gotcha.
Like keeping an eye out for any source of danger.
Gotcha.
Keeping an eye out for external threats.
Oh, I missed all of that. What happened? What did you say?
Keep an eye out for external threats.
Gotcha.
Keeping an eye out for external threats while the lovebirds, as
Get
the CSO
traumatized.
Gotcha.
well put it, like explore.
Speaking of traumatized, Olaf, you are still here
That
because you have the
aroused me.
horrific vision of Lucia, so you would have had disadvantage.
Am I within vision of you? I'm looking out of the court.
Yep.
No,
I'm
Olaf
not
has
listening at
disadvantage
you.
on everything right now. I
Basically,
forgot about that.
Just
Same
for,
with Sven.
basically just for this encounter. So Sven, you actually
No, I should re-roll my attack then on the skeleton.
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
And Sven
Like,
would need
see
to
if
reroll
I
the
was-
perception check as well. I don't know if it was skill checks as well for fear, actually.
24,
No,
so it
that's
would have been fine. But then I have to re-roll my perception check to see if I can actually see the skeleton coming.
Don't worry about it. It's passed. You're fine.
Okay.
Sven, with a 19, you see him. A figure has begun shuffling down the corridor. Behind you, you immediately recognize it as Withers. What would you do as Withers approaches you down this corridor?
What are you doing?
He continues approaching you. Declare at
Got
any
my
point
sword out.
whether you want to take an aggressive action. He is going to approach within 15 feet of you, and he's going to say, "It was so very delightful to speak with you earlier. I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm very sorry to have learned of your dear Tabaxi friends." And he says, "But now I'm afraid it is time to die." And he's going to cast Thunderwave in the hallway in front of him. So, Sven, I need you to make a... what is this? For Thunderwave.
I can't see withers on the map. I'm assuming they just...
Not at the moment. Oh, yeah, I'll put him on the right layer. Yeah, because you did not immediately attack him, he was able to get within range of Thunderwave. So he's going to cast Thunderwave on you. I think he's going to use a 3rd level for this. So he's going to cast it. So there's a loud kaboom. As did it not post?
No.
Thunderwave. Level 3.
Not in public, at least.
Oh no, is this broken too?
Is there more than one Withers?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be.
Then
I
you
have
should
to-
at least post something.
I have the cringiest line of dialogue. My turn.
It's not. Roll 20's broken.
You know it's going to be a good turn when Abby's cringing at herself.
Wave of thunderous force shoots out from you. Each creature in a 50-foot cube originating from you must also make a Constitution saving throw. A failed save creature takes 2d8 thunder damage. He's upcasting to 3rd level, which would be
48.
48.
Wait, it is
And
actually
if
double.
you
Oh,
fail,
damn.
you're pushed 10 feet away. You succeeded, so you're okay because his saving throw is not a 20. So you take half as much and you aren't pushed.
Sven just like grits their teeth through that.
Oh, is the disadvantage for Sven already, the fear already done now?
Not for saving throws. It's just
Oh,
ability checks.
okay.
I'm going to double check that for frightened. It's basically
Frightened
it's
is one of those things.
frightened.
I'm
I'm
without
also
the,
like not within view of Sia.
also that yes.
I do have to be. I'm alright.
Yeah, ability checks and attack rolls, and we're passing on the Sorcerer Sphere thing because it's more that you're rattled than you're necessarily frightened. So you take only 11 points of thunder damage, and you are not pushed away. And I think everybody needs to roll initiative now.
Yep.
Is initiative an ability check?
It is. So,
Sorry, disadvantage.
yes.
God damn it. Oh, I still beat him. Yay.
No.
Okay, beautiful. Ascending order. Wow. So
Wow. Sub 10.
the
This
highest
is
initiative roll was Sven with a 10.
very depressing.
So you go first, Sven. You can tell. Actually, roll me an Arcana check real quick.
I can certainly try.
Yeah.
Hey! It's
You've fought
not-
spellcasters. You can tell that Withers is concentrating on a spell, but you don't know what spell.
Well, I'm gonna murder him before anything else happens, so,
You sure can try.
Wait, he said something about Glowie.
Yep.
The Glowie is dead.
He
go
said,
on.
"I'm so sorry to hear about your
He
Tabaxi friend,
suggested-
but it's time for you to die."
Yeah. Flame Tongue Greatsword. Fly forward and attack!
Very nice.
Why didn't that work? There it goes. Jeez Louise. Let's try again. I think it's being slow because my internet is slow.
I mean, Roll20's been pretty busted over here.
Why? Why? The last 4 attacks I've made, I have gotten 2 10s and then an 11 and a 9. So Sven isn't doing shit.
Ooh, unfortunate. Yeah, that does not pass his armor. So I think what he's going to do now... I should also... No, I'll roll that if they join the initiative. It is Lucia's turn.
Hello. I'll step around here. Do I want to walk there normally, or do I want to thing?
I will say this is a 5-foot corridor, and it is only like 8 feet tall. So it's going to be hard to get past them.
Okay.
Also, the Flame Tongue Greatsword is ignited, which means they're...
Oh, I cannot teleport?
because you need dash. Well, I don't want to spoil your class necessarily.
Need shadows.
I need there to be darkness.
Yeah.
Sven actually makes my build not work.
Bright light in 30 feet. What I will say is...
Bad for me, really bad, actually.
Sven's far enough back, you may be able to clock some around the corners if you want to slip around. But I'll have you make a perception check to do that.
Sure. 23.
Pretty damn good. You can get right up behind Sven, and you'll be teleporting 15 feet back into either corridor that you want, if you want to do a shadow step.
You see, as where Lucia used to be, there is suddenly just like a trail of shadows that moves here, like behind the corner. And she steps out from behind the guy. Making sure I'm still not quite certain how this hallway works with the like secondary dungeon thing, but in a way that I would not trigger that trap.
Yeah.
Because I think by now I
think
know how...
you know it well enough now. You have to make a full rotation. When you walk... when you walk 50 feet down either corridor, you hit the midpoint, and then you teleport into the equivalent place in the other dungeon. So you've got a 50-foot gap before you trigger the teleport.
Okay. Still don't get it, but that's...
Is it 55, 10, 15, 20, 25? Yeah, because it's 25 sloping up and then 25 over again, and then you hit the midpoint, and then you enter the other dungeon in the other world.
Anyway, I'm gonna smack the guy in the back.
Not amazing.
Devious back shot.
I'm gonna use my focus aim.
Oh, very nice.
It's a wizard.
1 to 3.
I wonder how much it's needed. I'll spend 2 to make that a 50.
Would that be a 15? Oh,
It's
2
plus
for
2
each
for
of
each
those key points. 15 will hit him, yes.
Lovely. I shall do damage then. That is
5
powerful
bludgeoning.
damage.
Very nice.
I will also use, because I'm a monk and monks are stupid, I would like to use the stunning strike.
Oh, very nice. I will have make him con save.
Against my
That is
class
a
DC, which
19,
is
so he's okay.
that definitely succeeds.
This
My
time.
class DC should be 14.
So this is unusual because Lucia was not a big fan of punching people.
What? No, I would still have the alt fighting style thing.
Oh, gotcha.
And
Another
a 26.
punch. That'll hit for sure.
That-
6 bludgeoning.
6. I will use
That's
another
strike.
key point to have him make another
All
check.
right.
Wilson needs to make the Constitution saves for the.
Oh, you're correct. Thank you. Okay, so he's stunned after the second one. I'll also make him con saves for his
I think
concentration.
if he's stunned, then he cannot be
Concentration's
concentrating on
gone.
spells.
Well, his concentration dropped before.
He's stunned now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So he is stunned. Damn.
Yeah, and then I just look at Sven. So he is a friend of yours? Seems to know you.
Weirdo we talked to for like 10 minutes,
And I guess he wants to kill you now. So, good job.
apparently.
Olaf.
I don't know, I wasn't paying attention to the conversation.
Lucia's a bitch. I'm just to say that.
You left her to die. She is very salty at you.
We did not leave you to die. We were making a tactical retreat.
I'm sorry.
By
I
leaving her
wasn't there
behind,
to
and then she died.
protect you. I kind of got teleported into a different spot.
I'd like to cast Firebolt because I can't get in there for melee.
So his AC will be up a little bit because of Sven being in the way.
You have advantage though because he's stunned.
True.
It would be neutral because of the fear. Quotation
Oh,
mark fear.
also true. 18 is enough to get past even the cover. So roll your damage.
Yep. 15 fire damage that I duck here.
15 fire damage. All right. So that is... Oh, are your attacks magical, Lucia?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. It is Wither's turn. Withers is stunned. However, his familiar is not. The writhing mass of things under his robes crawls out, and you see that mass of crawling claws has become a swarm of zombie limbs, which are going to move into your space, Lucia.
That's okay.
How lovely.
This
Kill her again.
swarm of zombie limbs is going to make its undead mass attack, and then its grasping limbs. So this is normal public roll. That is a 21.
21 does it.
So it's going to be 6 bludgeoning. We'll follow up by trying to grab you with a critical fail.
All Lucia would be half dead already.
And you are punched real good. And it is now in your space. That is Wither's turn. Very nice. Elspeth.
I'm going to twin a arc bolt onto the undead mass and Withers.
Yeah, and you ignore the cover. So you can certainly do that.
Yep.
So the first one's on the... which one's on which?
Second on... First is the mass. Oh, actually, we can just say this on Withers because it's advanced.
So first one on Withers?
Normal one.
Oh, gotcha. This
Normal
was
one on the claw.
Ooh!
Yes!
Yeah, fucking roll your damage. That's a 28 to hit Withers and then a critical hit on the zombie limbs.
This on Withers for 12, and then the zombie limbs for... I will use a sorcery point of view roll. A 4, a 1, and a 3. So I'll roll another 3d10. So the claws take 26 damage, and Withers takes 12.
Holy. They don't resist lightning, which means you destroyed them in one hit. They don't even get to do anything fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
I'll just shout to Lucia. You know, we did care about you. We were trying to protect you. And I will not.
Sorry, I'm still just upset that I died. It's a very unpleasant experience.
An arc bolt the guy again.
Yeah, I know it.
Very nice.
Really does suck, doesn't it?
Gotcha. Very good.
That's the end of my turn.
Very good. Sven. Oh, sorry, Nare, and then Sven.
Oh, true. I had forgotten myself. Nare will step round. Advantage, Eldritch Blast. 25. Come on, Nare. Yay! She
8 force.
doesn't roll a 1.
Alright, Sven.
You rolled together than a 1. Good
So
job.
you are going to roll these flat, because you can see Lucia.
Yay.
But you may make those
I'll give you disadvantage and advantage. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yay.
He's also
Seconds.
stunned, which would also do advantage, but any advantage cancels out any disadvantage, and vice versa. 15 hits?
Please tell me 15 hits.
15 hits?
Yeah! I deal 11 slashing and 6 fire damage.
Very nice. You cleave through Withers, fully killing him. That stunning strike saved you guys a lot of problems.
What a bozo.
We're out of
You're welcome.
initiative. How do you guys respond?
Sven, the girls were arguing about, Lucia having been abandoned, and Sven heard, dying really sucks, and was like, it does. Did you see the soulmonger?
It's very unpleasant. A lot of people mindlessly walking towards a thing that seems to want to consume them. Oh,
Yeah. So I died. So I've been hit by the death curse now, so that's fun.
Oh, welcome to the club. We can be the Undying.
Yay.
You're okay now, right?
It's nice. It's nice to have you back, even if you're some sort of weird ghost situation.
Sorry, I don't mean to be so mean or so upsetting.
I wish that I could have been there to keep you from dying the first time. I kind of got teleported outside of the cave.
It can happen.
Maybe if I'd been there, you wouldn't have died.
It's not your fault. I just went ahead because I was angry at you guys at the moment. If I just calmed myself a bit, it wouldn't have happened either, so I'm as much at fault as you are. Oh. I met Hope. And
What?
my mother.
Is he alright?
Considering the circumstances, yes.
He's not
He
been
is-
eaten yet, right?
No. Whatever they tried to do when the thing started seems to be slow because of my mother and of Hope. They managed to wake up a lot of the people so that they're hiding from whatever is trying to consume them. He said that he has a plan.
That's good.
Kinda. They said something about writing a good story. I don't know what exactly they meant with that.
All this stuff about a person I've never met.
But it's not great in there.
Yeah,
The
no.
ones that know what's going on are afraid.
Were you
other one
here
was
when
doing
you
a
were
trend.
hatched? No, you weren't. My snake egg hatched.
Would you want to head over there and show off Yorm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll summon her.
There you go. Are you leaving the corridor, though, is my question.
No.
I'm leaving it in the
Standing
way that I don't
specifically
get
in the
teleported.
corridor. Gotcha. Okay.
So I summon Yorm, and Yorm just, wraps around Sven,
I think
giving him a big snaky hug.
everybody can give me perception checks. Sven and Lucia will be at disadvantage. And then, of course, Olaf will also be at disadvantage. The fear.
Disadvantage! Hey, we matched!
Nice. Unfortunately for all of you,
Nare!
Nare does get to as well.
No.
Yep! Good
Go,
night!
Nare.
Come on, Nare!
Yay!
A 20! So Nare sees a little crawling claw go racing out from Wither's robes and run between Sven's legs. Would Nare do anything to it in particular?
I think
None of the
she's
rest of
gonna
the
try and shoot it.
Absolutely. Disadvantage because it'll be in melee when she shoots it.
Oh, because she just wait until it's out of range?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
It
is
seems
it
to be
really
running
away?
straight for Elspeth. But
Oh,
you don't see it
okay.
until it's too late. That's the point of the perception check.
Alright. 24?
Oh,
Oof. Yeah, roll that
just
damage.
2 damage.
Of course, it's fucking one damage.
With 1 hit point, this this crawling claw manages to dash its way between Elspeth's legs, crawls up onto the tomb, and rolls into the sunlight with a middle finger pointed upwards. You hear immediately there's a grinding sound of stone as the sunlight is blocked where it is shining onto the tomb. Let me see the description of the trap. Here it is. Almost. Where's the description?
It just had
Okay.
to happen.
So,
Nari managed to do
you hear a grinding of stone on stone, Sven, as the ceiling above your head begins descending rapidly towards you. You have one chance to get out of the way. Dexterity saving throw, and you didn't tell me, are you headed out of the room or into the room?
Into, because that feels like the closer. You said, like, is it the entire chamber?
It is the square above your head. A 5-foot block above your head
Okay.
is descending upon you.
I don't want to get separated from the group, so I will jump
I
into
also
the
need
room.
Sven, Moxonray to make the same save, but she has advantage. Because she's not directly in the line of the descending block.
I have dexterity against. I have advantage on dexterity against effects that I can see.
True.
But
You can see it.
Lucia is it within my range? So
Not
I
saving
have-
throws. It's just ability checks. So you're fine.
Oh,
You still have advantage. Okay, so Nari is fine.
Well, I guess with an 18,
With an
I'm
18,
fine
you're also
anyways.
fine. Neither of you take any bludgeoning damage, and you're able to get out of the way as the stone slab slams down behind you, Indiana Jones style, which is good for you because that would have been quite a lot of damage.
Very painful.
This stone block, which I'm going to put onto the right layer now.
Yeah.
This stone block completely fills the entranceway here, matches the rest of the iconography of the room. It matches the checker pattern on the floor perfectly and up on the walls. The next thing that happens in this, once this trap is triggered, you hear a gurgling sound as each one of these gargoyle heads begins seemingly drooling a dark, dark red wine out of their nose and tongues that begin pooling on the ground at your feet. And now we need to roll initiative for everybody here. This room will go on initiative count 20.
Water spell.
Fuck.
I'm uncertain if I'm the one bringing bad luck or if you're the ones bringing bad luck. It's one of the two.
I'm so mad you killed Blizzard in one round because he was trying to shove Sven into the room and then trigger the trap. But you fucking killed him in one round. Goddamn stunning strike.
You still got the trigger your trap. Stop
Yeah,
complaining.
by the skin of my
You let her
teeth.
come back to me, Spencer?
I did, yes. It seemed poetic. Like, I made such a big deal about them being scared of her. Of course they're going to have the hubris to try to get her back somehow to study her.
And I get my Baba back and I get to use the lovely art that my lovely partner Khan made.
Okay, so on initiative count 20, the room is going to go first. So the gargoyle heads... Oh, I'm sorry, Abby, what?
Is Khan who you're in a relationship with? You said your partner, Khan?
Yeah, Khan is one of my partners.
Oh, nice.
That happened after I got Lucia commissioned though.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
a relatively new... Khan and their partner, or
Very good.
actual relationship, are my partner. It's very
Here
nice.
we go. Okay. So the gargoyle heads are continuing to seemingly vomit wine into the room. It is happening preternaturally fast, despite the volume that has to fill this room to raise the level. It comes up 1 foot. So everybody except for Sven treats this as difficult terrain now, as the room is now a foot deep, ankle deep with wine. But nothing else happens on round 1, as we come now.
Bob is so powerful. I love
Abby turn.
Bob so much.
Oh, also you have to be holding it to get that benefit. It's not just
Right.
passive. But
Can
absolutely.
Olaf step up 1 foot and walk on water?
Yeah, you know what? We'll treat initiative as flexible unless it particularly matters. So yeah, if you want to do something first, Olaf, you certainly can.
I'm just going to position myself on top of the water so I can skate around. Basically.
Oh, you have Ring of Water Walking, so you also aren't bothering with the difficult terrain. So it's just.
Maxanray also has the Ring of Free Action.
Well, there you go. It's just Elspeth and
Just
Lucia.
get fucked, Abby! Get fucked, Abby!
Take a leap in one.
Enjoy being crushed by the ceiling
yeah.
as the Ring of Water Walking presses you against.
Abby, what actions are your characters going to do to try to deal with this trap as the room is rapidly filling with wine?
Is the ray of sunlight still there?
Yep, it still continues to shine down from the ceiling. Weirdly, you look up, there's no window up there. It just, the peak of this vaulted room is just producing this sunlight. It seems that when the sunbeam hitting the coffin was disturbed, the trap was triggered.
Is it still being disturbed by the claw?
Technically, yes, but you can take from that what you will. The claw is laying now. Actually, it had 1 hit point left. I guess it's still just sitting there with its finger out.
I'm going to grab the claw and shocking grasp it.
Absolutely. Give me an attack roll.
12.
That is its AC, so you grab it. It has 1 hit point. You shake
Yeah,
hands
I
with this
just
thing
fry-
and disintegrate it.
I just fry it, throw it into the wine.
Yeah. Restoring the sunbeam does not seem to stop the trap at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in that case, Elspeth is going to climb up onto the sarcophagus to get out of the wine.
Very good. Okay. Is Nare going to do anything? Also, you're up here now.
Is there any writing around the room?
You can have Nare make me a perception check if you want to.
Yep.
I think with Elspeth's passive, she would just see that the only writing in here that she could see was the wooden plaque. 17 for Nare. Anything else helpful in here that she could potentially see? I think what she can see with a 17, she's at the block by the door. She sees no further writing in the room. So I think I'm going to just apply this to the block. The block is airtight, which means it would also be watertight. It is also extremely heavy, and she could tell just like pushing on it that it's got, like the stone outside, it's going to be extremely resistant to physical damage. So it's going to take half damage from attacks. If you do want to try to break your way out this way. That is what she learns. The point of that is that Shatter won't have the double damage because this deliberately is designed to resist magical damage. Or any damage of any kind.
Okay.
I'm not just making it up. It does specifically say that.
Yeah.
I swear.
What was it the wooden plaque said?
Oh, what was that, sorry?
What was it that the wooden plaque said?
Oh, it says, drown your sorrows.
Drown your sorrows.
Okay. I'm not sure. I think she's just going to move over to the sarcophagus and join Elspeth.
Here's the descriptor of the block at the door.
Okay, it's impervious. That basically means it's like immune.
Can't be damaged.
Yeah. So unless you have something like fucking a siege weapon, maybe. But that'll take a while to set up.
Don't you, That's how it is.
Okay, so Nari also climbs up onto the sarcophagus. Very good. Lucia, what do you want to do?
Do you have any recollection of this trap and would have any idea how this works, besides potentially drowning or drinking wine?
You have some experience hanging out in the Mirror Tomb, so you may have encountered a version of this trap. You can give me, I believe it was investigation or history, I don't remember which, and you'll have advantage because you will have encountered a version of this trap from an older version of the tomb.
I think I don't have either. It's 21, that's 20.
Pretty good. So the way this trap works is once the sunlight is disturbed, the room is going to fill with wine and potentially drown you. The longer the wine fills the room, the worse it's going to get, obviously. Eventually, we'll get to the bottom of the cisterns of the wine vats, which you remember are water weirds, but instead of being made of water, they're made of wine. And this does interesting things to abilities that affect water. Because this is wine, it does not freeze as per spells that affect water. You also cannot breathe it, because spells that grant water breathing do not count for this wine. Because you got a crit, I'll also tell you what is considered the way out of here. I closed the thing again. I'm a bad DM, guys.
You're not a bad DM, stop.
You're a boomer, you're bad with technology, not a bad DM.
Thank you. That's somehow worse.
There was a reason we keep playing D&D with you as the
ability to
DM.
breathe water does not help a character drowning in wine. Here we go. After 10 minutes, the block will rise on its own. So if you manage to hold your breath for 10 minutes and not die to the wine weirds, you will survive. The other way out of here, you know that one of these mouths, all of them lead to the cisterns of wine, which will magically be filled of wine all the time. But one of these cisterns of wine also has a passage to a different tomb, a secret hidden chamber of this floor that is only accessible through this entrance. That would also be a way to break into. And context clues would say probably the one that the skeleton key came out of. That was I put that there as a hint because there's no fucking way you would find it otherwise.
Yeah, it's one of those traps in the tomb where you basically just die because how the fuck are you supposed to figure it out in like 3 rounds?
Yeah, because it specifically says you can't breathe wine. Nobody's going to have a high enough con score to hold their breath for 10 minutes. And yeah, you just have to do trial and error to crawl your way out of the holes.
Yeah.
So there's your answer.
Olaf, remember how... Sorry. Olaf, remember how there was a thing coming out of this one specifically? There's a hidden room. You have to, crawl or rather swim up the stream of wine. So since you apparently can walk on wine, would water walking work on wine?
I'm going to say so because it's surface tension. I'm going to say it's not going to help you if you want to breathe. It does. It specifically says in the trap description it's breathing water that you won't be affected.
Since you seem to somehow walk on wine, I would recommend stopping that so you can actually get in there, and I'll go up ahead and meet you on the other side. I would like to...
Okay, I will point out to you that the wine gushing out of here is like Indiana Jones trap level force. We're filling a fucking...
We have to wait for the room to fill before we can swim up.
We're looking at like a 10, 20, 35 by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 35 by 50 foot area is increasing at 1 foot every 6 seconds. This is extremely high pressure. You're going to need some impressive strength to get through here. You probably do not have the skills to do so.
So, Spencer.
Yes.
Would you argue that in this narrow corridor that is currently filled by wine, that it counts as a dim or no light area?
I would say it's a no light area. Do you have to see where you're going for Shadow Step to work?
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be a little more difficult because with it rushing this fast, it's a little opaque. So I'll have you... you made your history check for the room, so I'm going to say it's going to be an ability check on your next turn if you want to try to Shadow Step into there.
Okay. I guess I would have a perception check for that next turn.
I would also say that the mouth of this thing is a little too small to crawl through. If you break the face of the gargoyle, it's just the hole on the other side is small. The mouth is in the way, though. Breaking the mouth would be what would let you crawl through here. The wine flow, again, it's going to be hard to crawl through this gushing, splashing thing of water.
then I think what Olaf said with we have to wait for the room to be full is likely true. Then in preparation of that, for the others, I would like to smack the gargoyle face to try to break it.
In that case, you can. I'll let you roll in your multi-attack, and you can make an attack against the face here.
Good X.
22
I
will hit
feel
it.
like
6 and
the 6
9.
and 9. Magical bludgeoning.
Magical bludgeoning. This is a medium resilient object. How many hit points would that be? Medium
like 15.
resilient is going to be 18 hit points, which you don't quite pass. But you have managed to damage it. Also, you use your action to make that history check. I was just going to say, for generosity.
Ah, that's how you mean it. Okay.
Yeah.
And ignore that.
So just the 6 bludgeoning damage. You've dealt a decent crack to it. Olaf, you may go now. And you know that this is the way out, but the face is in the way.
Well.
Here
We're
we
about
are
a minute
again.
since the encounter with Withers.
I
I'll just roll
don't
it.
think so, actually.
Does not recharge.
Because the crawling claw deliberately crawled out of his robes immediately to try to get the jump on you guys. So
24 to hit.
24 will hit it.
15 bludgeoning.
15 bludgeoning does put it over the 18 threshold. You shatter the face. Now the gush of water is fully streaming into the room. What is your passive? What is your investigation modifier?
Of +4.
+4. So passive of 14. You're going to need to make an athletics check above 20. I won't tell you how much above 20, but above 20 to crawl through here while the wine is gushing.
No, I'm gonna wait until the room is filled.
It will still be gushing. It will be less because you won't be fighting gravity too. But just keep that in mind. The force isn't going to slow because it's got to fill the room to the ceiling.
Yeah, but if the room is full, how the hell is it pushing more water into a room that's already full?
You're talking with the mechanic. Magic.
Here, I'll
Magic is pushing it into here instead of
read
gravity.
the description. Here we go. If
that's the case, then you're expected to die in this puzzle.
Initiative. Track the passage of rounds and have different things that happen in different rounds. At 12 rounds, the wine fills the tomb. You know what? It is reasonable. 12 rounds. That is the point at which the wine would stop gushing. That is a good point. It would probably stop flowing once the room was full.
Yeah, because I mean, you see it all the time in like TV. Like they have to wait until the room is full to move.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What if we summoned the shelter?
Then we have a shelter.
Oh, it's not water.
Setting up the shelter takes a minute.
Also that.
Which we do have in the 12 rounds, but still.
Yeah, but you would have to open the door and then the shelter is filled with wine.
Question, would it be one athletics check or multiple athletics checks to swim up the pipe?
It would be 1 to get through the pipe.
Okay, everyone get over here! We need to conserve our energy, and then when the room is full, we swim through this pipe. So I'm gonna... Is there anything I can tie a rope onto?
Sven will try to do it before.
Gotcha.
Because Bob gives me advantage on athletic checks made to swim, and I have a +7.
Which would apply here, yes. You can absolutely tie a rope to Sven if you would like to, so Sven can carry a line with
No,
him.
I want to tie a rope to... I can do both, but the idea was to tie a rope to here, so that we could pull ourselves to the entrance and then start swimming. Just to help everyone.
Tie it to what? You broke the face off. There's nothing really to tie to.
There's no rebar? Damn.
No, it's just stone.
Rebar.
Then I'll tie it to Sven and see if we can use that as an
I'm going
anchor.
to try to go through.
Absolutely. All right, Sven. So you can make your athletics check with advantage with Bob the Battle Axe. You can do this twice because of your multi-attack.
Yeah. 36!
First one, you pass it, which means there's a chance to do something else. Okay, Sven, a very important question. You are blinded and you are having to hold your breath while you're doing this. You're holding Bob out in front of you to give you enough sort of leverage pushback. You crawl about 15 feet in. You feel there's a fork in this tunnel. Do you want to go left or do you want to go right?
How is the, flow of the...
As
liquid?
far
Like, is
as
it
you
coming
can
from
tell,
both sides?
as far as you can feel, it is pushing directly at you. If you want to use your second attack to make a perception check, you can do that.
Okay. 13.
13. The force of this seems to be primarily coming from the left-hand corridor.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue going into the stream.
Yeah, up the stream. Gotcha. With that, you very quickly, down the left corridor here, find yourself in a much larger underwater space, underwine space. You can feel the movement of wine under your feet, so below you in this tank, you would guess, of something that is not following the flow of wine otherwise. There is something else alive in here. Based on what Lucia said, that is the wine weird waking up.
Wine word waking up? Waking what?
Yeah, exactly. So you, I'll move you to where you are, off the map.
Okay.
The rest of you see Sven climb up the wine shaft and disappear. Now, we come to everybody else. The room. Round 2 of the trap. Wine continues rushing in. It rises up to 2 feet now, and continues gushing out of the holes. That is all that happens on round 2. Abby, you and Mox Honore are still safe.
Alright. I guess we should probably try and get whichever god is inside of this sarcophagus.
I think Olaf will notice you try to go towards the sarcophagus. Moa doesn't recognize it. I don't think that there's a god in there.
I mean, you can still
Really?
try to crack into there if you want to. Sorry.
I don't think that there's a... Yeah, Moa doesn't recognize this place. And I don't have any reason to believe that Moa would deceive me. Moa was very upfront when Wongo was there and told us that there was something in there that we shouldn't go into, but...
Obalaka is telling you that regardless of whether this looks like the other gods or not, they would put something in there, obviously. They wouldn't just have an empty box in here.
Maybe you want shiny? You should get a shiny. Maybe Glowie is in there. Actually, it should actually be in there.
I will still try and open the sarcophagus, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, no, Obalaka's more... She wouldn't necessarily push you for that. Obalaka is specifically timid and cautious.
You might say the same thing, but then finish it up, but there might be a trap.
Yeah, but yeah. So, Abby, if you want to, you absolutely can do this. Nari can also help you. You're just going to try to pull it open?
Yeah.
All right, so Moxonra can give you advantage. It seems pretty well stuck on there, so with the help action from Nari, you can make this athletics check.
10.
Yeah, you don't budge it at all. It seems pretty solidly stuck on there.
Alright, we've got some time before this place fills up. You could give it a go, Olaf.
You do see that there are very nakedly exposed hinges, which, as we determined previously, are a way to sidestep locks. Alright. Mia, it is your turn. I will say, because you are a monk, I'll let you swap in acrobatics instead of athletics if you do want to try to squeeze your way through here.
I'm going to look over to Elspeth, seeing that she's trying to open the thing. Right. You'd not want to leave here without whatever treasures in there, right?
It could be a god out of... Oh, we met up top, by the way.
Oh, neat. I'm going to go here and I will try to open.
Yeah.
With my books.
Oh yeah, Uptown was Levy. I'm not sure if that's relevant. Oh, Levy was Uptown, either way.
Oh.
Levi was a fragment of Uptown that's been wandering the land for the past few centuries.
Yeah, Nari says, it would seem that Uptown became a lot of different things. You have multi-attack, by the way, so if you want to give it a go again, or if you want to do another skill check as part of your multi-attack, feel free.
what other skill check would I be able to do on a great on the?
You can try to break it up with athletics again. You could try to attack the hinges, or you can use an ability check to examine the.
Did you say acrobatics could be used here?
Yeah,
no, that's
the
just
swimming.
the climb out. Yeah, to swim out.
Okay,
Because
yeah, that's fine. That's
as a
fine.
monk,
For me,
it would make
because I'm a
sense to
monk.
do the dexterity skill for monks because that's kind of their thing over strength.
I feel like breaking the hinges wouldn't do that. Actually, it would do a lot because that
Yeah.
would mean that we don't have to lift it. We just have to like
You could
push
also
it off.
do a perception or an investigation. Anything of that nature would also be a useful skill.
No perception on the box. Oh, net 20. 29.
So what you see, you get down and like you look close to the hinges. You see there is a very thin, glossy bead of something, almost like caulking, up under the seam of this thing, and you touch it, and those motherfuckers use sovereign glue on this box. The lid of this is held tight with sovereign glue, which, as you know, is a legendary glue that can only be dissolved with a wish spell or a universal solvent, which is also a legendary magic item.
Yeah, this thing is not gonna move. It's a trap. They just want you to try to get this and then waste time.
Alright.
All right. With that, we come back to
It's
Olaf's
funny as
turn.
fuck.
So Olaf, you know roughly how tough this is. You need to get above a 20 with an athletics check to push your way through here. Yeah, and you saw Sven just go up there.
And we already determined that the lid of that sarcophagus is unbreakable, right?
You don't know if the lid is unbreakable. You know that the seal binding the lid to the sarcophagus is unbreakable. You might be able to bust through the lid itself. That hasn't been
Yeah,
tried.
but I can imagine it just be full with fucking contagion cloud, glyph of warding, fucking a Sirak. Do you want me to bust open the lid and find Sven?
Go for us, Sven.
Okay, I have the rope. I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
That's good actually. That'll give you advantage because the rope is tied to Sven, and Sven.
So
is,
I have neutral, or am I normal because I can't see Lucia, or is that? not the source?
yeah, you're
It's
going to be
more
moving away from Lucia.
psychological whiplash.
I'll let it pass for this ability check because you're moving away from Lucia.
Okay, athletics. 22. I don't think that's enough.
Sadly, the DC is 24. Sven just
I
rolled
can't-
good enough.
Okay, I can make this DC. I have a +5
You
to
have
my
one more
athletics.
try.
Oh, right, I can do it as many times as I have attacks.
Yeah, because this is for the function of the trap. You can do ability checks as part of your multi-attack.
Nope, I clicked it, but it didn't load. Nope, does not work.
Ooh.
I probably face covered in like wine, like hair's matted on my face with all the red. It's like I can't quite seem to get a grip.
Yeah,
We might have to wait until the room's full.
You would need a 19 or 20. But you definitely have the rope there. Okay, Sven. You can feel that the thing moving under your feet is about to join initiative. Also, Riley, you're muted.
I guess I'm gonna try to murder it before it can do that.
Absolutely. So, underwater combat rules, because it is not awake yet, you have advantage, which... underwater combat rules, fuck. I should have looked those up ahead of time and double-checked them.
Disadvantage
They
unless
get
it's specific weapon or piercing damage.
Yeah, there you go. So, you would just be rolling these flat. You have advantage because they're...
Javelins, I think those might be.
you do have Bob equipped, which is letting
Does
you have water walking.
Does Bob has disadvantage.
So melee attacks would have disadvantage underwater if they're slashing weapons, which this is. But
Right.
that's countered by the fact that it is not awake yet. So this is a sleeping target.
Right.
So it would be
Okay, so
flat.
this is a flat roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I can-
unfortunately, you can't ignite the flame tongue greatsword underwater. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
exactly
no.
how that works, but I'm gonna rule it. You can't talk.
That makes sense.
even if the flame may be impervious to water being doused.
Yeah.
Oh, see you in a bit.
No, that makes sense.
See you in a bit, Yusuf.
So I'm going to attack it twice with Bob.
Yep. 2 flat attacks.
Oh my god.
Sadly, a miss. Oh my god, another miss. I'm so sorry, Riley.
I cannot hit today.
I'm so sorry. Okay. With that, we come to
I think
this.
I just totally whiff because I'm Just like,
Yeah.
I don't even hit it. I just like, woo!
We come to the top of round 3, and this is where the fun begins. So you hear a belching sound as the wine flow gushing into the room raises the water level another foot.
My turn isn't over yet. I think
Right,
with the fact that I did so badly with that hit, Sven is going to like try to retreat to like a wall or something, hoping that it doesn't see them.
Okay. What is your stealth modifier?
+5.
Okay, so a passive of 15. I'll keep that in mind. The other thing is, what is your con modifier? Because we need to determine how long you can hold your breath.
Constitution is +2.
Which I believe is
3 minutes.
3 minutes, which is a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're doing okay. You squeeze to the side. The top of round 3, the wine gushing in the room begins to gurgle and belch, and the faces that are still intact look like they are burping as they are vomiting wine. And a number of large humanoid-shaped wine creatures emerge. Cowards didn't even give me some character art. Sven, I think you with 15 is going to pass their perception. So
okay, it looks like we can't wait.
Okay, yeah. So, Sven, do you want to make an opportunity attack?
I'm going to stay hidden for now, because I am alone in a room with enemies.
In that case...
and if they know that I'm here, I am dead.
Olaf, a wine weird comes up around you. These are gross humanoid-shaped creatures. They have these... they're made entirely out of swirling wine. They rise up out of the 3 feet of wine, and I'm going to roll initiative for them. So, things got complicated.
Is Sven still alive? I don't know this, but as a character, but as a player, I just want to know Sven's still alive.
The rope is still attached.
It's not dangling in the wind, that's all I care about.
It's not dangling in the wind. And I will say, Sven, if you want to try to yank Olaf in, you absolutely can. And that'll be part of your attacks. All right, so they actually are fucked because they rolled higher than the room. Abby, you have the first turn. As they join initiative.
I will... I'm gonna jump off the sarcophagus, move to here. I'm going to lightning
It is
bolt.
difficult terrain. Can you make that with your difficult terrain?
I can jump a few feet and then...
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Jump 10 feet, move 10 feet. That'll be within difficult.
I will lightning bolt these two.
Next round, you're probably going to be considered swimming, but for now, it's still difficult terrain. Go for it.
But they both need to make dex saves.
Oh, very nice. Lightning
against 34 lightning damage.
All right, dex saves from the wine weirds. Dex saves, not proficient. By a 14 and 18, so 2 failures.
18 passes. Oh, 8. Yeah, 8 fails.
14. Yeah. So that's 34 lightning. Jesus Christ. Bolt of lightning crackles across here. Very nice.
And then I think that'll be the end of my turn. Roxanne, I think we'll try and shatter one of them.
Oh, very nice. Where does she want to place the shatter?
So she'll go for the one on Elspeth. Just center it. Right.
Oops.
Oh shit! Wait, no. Lucia's in the way.
Gotcha.
She'll go for the right one.
The right
one. Center it right
gotcha.
on her.
So that's going to
Can
be
I drink the water weird?
Maybe not the water weird, but you could drink the wine. You just need a very large stomach.
I could drink the wine weird, and then it will die.
If you had thrown away the bag of holding it, it might actually be very helpful here. A failure on that as well. So 12
yes, but you made it objectively a bad idea to have the bag of holding until we feel like we're having revenge.
You just needed to kill it twice in a row, and it wouldn't have been a problem anymore.
It ganked us so hard!
You'll be strong enough for it now. Also, is there actually
honestly,
only
I've been
wine wheels?
considering
If so, I'm
remaking-
very upset that there's one where just nothing in there.
Yes. The one, another hint about which one is the way out is this one shouldn't have had a wine weird, but because I said that Sven was floating above it, I moved it over there. But this one should have been empty.
Ah, okay. Okay, then it's all
But I
right.
said it before I read that part of the trap, so it's canon now.
Yeah, he
wanted
just
to
was
be
like
somewhere else.
sleepy.
Okay,
like, this is a
so
good place.
that is Elspeth and Maxonry. Is Maxonry going to move?
Yep. No, she'll stay right on the second. Oh,
Okay.
I guess she'll
It's gonna
move
be
into the
wine
corner
weird
over
now.
here.
Okay. She
Yep.
has the movement for that, barely. Very good.
Right now, no. She'll stay with Lucia actually.
Gotcha.
Just so she's in that corner as well.
Gotcha. Okay, so the wine weird next to you. It's hard to tell how damaged this thing is, but you've dealt a decent amount to it. What it is going to do is it is going to move into your space and it is going to attack you with a constrict, Elspeth. Hopefully,
Okay.
I roll better than I have been. It's the first
Enjoy.
one. It doesn't have
No.
advantage. Nope.
That's
But it does move into your space. I think at that point, it is going to, in the space that you are occupying, it is going to flatten itself and becomes invisible. Because the other thing that these things have is while they are in wine, they're invisible. So you know where it is, but you can't target it. Area of effects would still apply, as per invisibility.
okay.
So you can feel it around your feet, but you can no longer target it with targeted spells. Lucia, it is now your turn.
Hello. If I go here, would Olaf provide flank?
I don't think so. It is large.
Would he be...
In games like Pathfinder, where there is flanking, is creatures that are amorphous, is it capable to flank them? Because this thing's perception is not based on eyes or facing. I can just...
then normally they would have something where it's like swarms, for example, you cannot flank because they have a lot of eyes.
Yeah, 'cause
and
it has blind sight,
trait
so I'm
rates.
not sure.
So basically not flankable is what you're saying.
I think so. You can let me know if that's bullshit, but I think given that it has blind sight rather than eyes, it's
If
going
it
to be
has
hard
blind sight,
to
then I can... Yeah, I think I can...
take advantage of gaps in perception, if you know what I mean.
Anyway, I would like
flanking
to
is
hex
just
it.
like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, you can hex it. That is a save, right?
Don't question it,
What does it say?
okay?
What is your
She's
DC?
shadowed.
It's not a save. It just applies. Because hex is bullshit.
Well, there you
Same
go.
with Hunter. Like, they both do that.
It is hexed.
But it uses the bonus action.
You're bringing Hexy
that's
back.
better. Would I already have disadvantage on the text because of the wine, or is it not high enough yet?
No, it is still difficult terrain. Next round, you'll be swimming.
Okay. Then with normal, I would like to smack it.
Also, keep in mind that as soon as in 2 rounds, they'll be invisible all the time. They won't have to duck to be invisible
Oh, that's bad.
because they'll be fully immersed in water. 22 hits.
Wait a moment, I have to give me damage modifier filter.
Get your damage and your hex damage as you punch this wine.
Pop. That's a solid 11.
A solid 11, not bad. wanna try to
The
stun
5
it?
bludgeoning, 6 necrotic.
Gotcha.
And
Nothing
then I'm
special
gonna-
on the necrotic. It takes all of that normally.
Just becomes sour wine, becomes vinegar.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna smack it again. Look at that. That's
Ooh.
lovely. Or 8 bludgeoning and 3 necrotic.
All right.
And now 11 twice. Lovely.
Yeah. Any,
Now imagine
any
if I
other
still
key
had my
point
bonus
bullshit?
action. No, that's all my monk bullshit for now.
Okay.
There's gonna be more monk bullshit next round. I could actually stun it.
So, Guy, you were, unless you said, did you step away? Did you come back? You here?
I'm here.
Oh, hey, there you go. I did see
I
you.
had to go piss girl, and
gotcha.
I go piss girl, and I came back.
Yeah, so it came up on the water before you. You were saved by their high initiative rolls working out in your favor. It is hexed. What do you want to do? No
Get it
recharge.
back.
But you can hammer it.
Attack's a disadvantage, right?
No, because you have water walking. Also,
No,
you're not in
because
the water yet.
Lucia. The pricing condition.
Oh,
Is that not an ability check?
That's right. Attack rolls.
Is attack an ability check?
Are attack rolls
I will
checks?
give this one.
They're not, but
I will give this one disadvantage on dexterity checks. I forgot that is a part of X.
Gotcha. Disadvantage on dexterity. Yeah, I think. Thank you for keeping me honest. The fear effect would still be there, so there would be disadvantage.
It's fine. I mean, just when we all drown, I'm blaming you.
That's fair. You know what I'll do? I'll put a 2 on this for its second ability. Sadly, neither of those managed to make purchase. This is a live elemental. It managed to dodge out of the way of your attacks.
This is my turn.
Okie doke. Sven, you can.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna fucking move over here.
I don't think you can because of the rope. Unless it's 30 feet of rope, right? So you can move 30 feet away from where Sven is. Will knock off about 10 feet because of the curving around the corner there. So you can move about 20 feet away from where Sven currently is, which I'll measure and tell you.
Which is...
actually right where you are. You're at the end of the rope. Because Sven,
okay.
Sven went further south to hide from the wine weird.
Right, I just hope Sven's okay. That's the end of my turn.
Speaking of, Riley, you feel the rope is taut. Olaf is clearly moving around. Would you like to pull Olaf into the shaft? Or something else?
I would like to try.
Fishing?
I'd like to try.
Okay. So that'll be an
What?
athletics... sorry, what are you doing?
I'd like to try, yeah.
Okay. So athletics check for you. Because you're not swimming, it's not advantage. So it's just flat, unless you want to rage, which would give you an advantage on athletics checks. If you have a rage. I
Let's
didn't notice
go.
that one. 26 is
Hey.
enough. So Olaf, you are just thinking about whether you can run away and notice how taut the rope is, and then all of a sudden you are yanked into the wine shaft. I'm going to say with 26, you are. I'll move your token. You are all of a sudden pulled right up to Sven. It's not a pleasant journey. Well, blah blah blah. The two of you are floating in a tank. You can tell that it is about 15 feet wide and about 20 feet tall. You are floating somewhere in the middle.
Is the tank full all the way to the top?
So this is... Each one of these is like always magically full of wine.
You went down the wrong path, it looks like.
Not necessarily. You're safe for now. The wine flow doesn't begin until it gets to the mouth of this. While you're in the tank, you're not being pushed or eddied around.
You think we need to go down the other path?
I would assume, but there's no guarantee of that at the moment.
Yeah, I was thinking that it might go down all the way to here, which is why I went upstream.
Either way, Olaf, you are now in the tank with Sven. You have another action.
Do I
Sven,
still
if you
have
want
an
to do something
attack?
else. Yeah. Do you want to hit your dad?
No, I'm going to hit the wall.
Oh, you want to hit the wall of the tank? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to swim up to the top and just
you know
like...
what? I'm just gonna reveal to you. There's no reason not to at this point.
Just give it like a absolute slam with
Absolute
my bob.
Slam it down big style.
Yeah.
Sigh. Yeah, go for it. Make your attack roll against the wall.
17.
Okay, you definitely connect with the wall. You hear a muffled plink underwater as it hits. What you gather from that is this is solid stone, and it continues to be solid stone quite a ways on the other side. There doesn't seem to be anything on the other side of this.
Okay, in that case, I think I'm going to use my movement and start going down the other tunnel, dragging Dad along with me, if I can.
Very good. The DC's lower at this point because the corner is where the force is. So I'm just going to need you to make a DC 20 athletics check not to be pushed back out of here. But Olaf has the rope now, so if you do get pushed out, Olaf can pull you back through.
Yeah, athletics. That's That's a natural
Beautiful.
20. I pull Olaf along with me.
Like a set of yo-yos. You know what? You can have an inspiration. This has been incredible. This was extremely difficult to do, and you have passed every time. So Riley gets...
After failing to
exactly,
hit
yeah.
everything this turn?
Exactly. With that, Sven manages to pull himself out, and very quickly you get out of the wine because the passageway continues sloping upwards, but there's only splashback up here. There's not further wine. So the two of you can pull yourselves to safety. Would you remain in the shaft, or would you get all the way out of here?
I'll stay in the shaft for now.
Okay.
Do I get Olaf with me?
Oh, absolutely. With that second crit, for sure.
Yeah. So I'll should we let the rope dangle and see if the others grab it or something? I don't know.
I'm going back out there. There's still wine weirds.
What?
There's 3 wine weirds out there.
The rope is 50 feet. You should have been able to move 50 feet, not 30 feet. I don't know why I said 30 feet. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
50 feet would get you to Elspeth. Basically, can you see my measurement tool?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that's the area at which you would be able to see get the rope to. So anybody in there could reach the rope if you toss it back through. There we go. You have that quick conversation. We jump up back to the top of the initiative tracker. This one is Hex, disadvantage on dexterity saves. Oh, thank you. Now I'm going to have to make that drawing in the background because it is very much in the way.
Nah, you're removing it.
Okay, there we go. This wine weird, disadvantage with Hex. Disadvantage because of dexterity because of Hex. It is going to move into your space, Lucia, and try to constrict you. Does it have disadvantage because of Hex?
Only on dexterity saves, checks.
This is strength for its attack. A 21, so you
That
are
does it.
constricted with a 14 bludgeoning damage. You are grappled. DC is 13. And you are drowning inside of it.
Well, the hex drops.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay, buddy. I see how it is.
So for the purposes of drowning, you're also restrained. So for the purposes of drowning, you're going to get out before the minute comes up, but what's your con modifier?
2.
Okay, so... Fuck, what is that?
3 minutes, same.
3 minutes.
Sven.
Oh my god, Lucia has Constitution now.
They made her stronger. They made their demise.
Yeah, they weren't going to... Oh, I'm not going to spoil it. Anyway, you're grappled, restrained, and drowning, but you have lots of time.
I can just shadow step out of here, I don't care.
This wine weird, also because it's grappling you, it's going to remain above the wine level. This one is going to go towards Nare. It is going to duck down to use its swim speed instead, so it can actually reach. So we got 5, 10, 15. It gets up onto the coffin and is going to attack Nare with a constrict. A 9 does not hit Nare. I think at that point, I did say got up on the thing, so I'm going to leave it there. Initiative count 20. Water level rises another level. Everybody on the floor in there is now swimming. Nare is now at the level of the water. The sarcophagus was about 4 feet up. These things are almost to the point where they're going to be invisible all the time. So keep that in mind. We move now to Elspeth's turn.
Okay,
I do want to say that at some point Olaf just suddenly got yanked into a hole and he didn't see him. And that is horrifying.
Which would
Yeah.
imply that either something got Sven and got Olaf too, or Sven yanked Olaf to safety. Up to you.
is
how
that
you want
rope
to read
still visible?
that. No, they were yo-yoing together, so the rope is not visible at the moment.
Okay.
Unless Olaf let me throw it into the...
Oh, that's true. You could have just free
If we
object
throw it,
interact.
it'll be carried by the stream.
Yeah, free object interact. You could let it. So now there's about 20 feet of rope dangling into the bottom of the wine puddle there.
Okay, I think in that case I'm gonna swim over and grab with that rope.
Okay, very good. You're going to take an opportunity attack.
Okay.
It will have advantage because it is hidden from you at the moment. Ooh.
I will.
Do you want to...
Silvery barbs.
Very good. Do you have to see the target to silvery barbs?
To attack me, it would have to be seen. Oh, it would have to reveal itself to attack me.
It's underwater. It's invisible while underwater. It's not an action.
Is it?
Oh, I guess it would have to stand up to do it. Yeah, I'll allow the silvery barbs to work. So I'll roll one more time.
Okay.
You negated the crit. And an 8 means it misses.
It misses.
Good job.
I will give myself advantage.
Okay. And it is not hidden anymore. Okay, and you are advantaged because of your silvery barbs.
Just
Very
the
good.
silvery effect of that.
And you are
15
swimming at this point,
feet.
so half speed.
Yep. And I will turn back and outbolt the weird.
Okay, absolutely, you can do that. Range attacks with magic aren't affected. Yeah, no, you're fine. Go for it. Hits!
Outbolt 26.
What's your damage?
For 16 damage.
Ooh. Yeah. You can barely see it above the water level, but it's discorporating. It can't take this much
Okay.
punishment. It's always there.
In that case, I will quicken and twin, so 2 sorcery points, another
Okay.
output, one on this is the one I just hit,
Yeah, 21 will hit for sure.
and 10 on that one.
That is enough to destroy it.
And
Yay.
the second one is the one on Waxanme.
Very nice.
So 18 to hit
18
that
also
one.
hits them.
So 15 on that guy.
Just enough to kill that one too.
Damn.
Nice.
Fucking MVP. Blasting away. Very good. What is Nari going to do?
Now I will... is this wine word underwater, or is that one visible?
No, it is above the
visible.
water because it's holding Lucia.
Got it.
However, next turn they'll be able to squeeze down to your level, which means they'll be able to be fully hidden all the time.
Yes.
So
Oh,
kill
I
it now.
just realised. Mark Sunray has the necklace of adaptation. Wait.
Doesn't count for the wine. It specifically says in the trap description that water breathing doesn't work here.
It's not water breathing, it's breathing anything.
Any environment.
Fuck, you're right. The necklace of adaptation would absolutely work here.
Or we could survive here by just passing the... Oh wait, no, it was...
Attunement.
So it's attunement. Yeah. So she's just chilling. Like this wine
very
does not
good, yeah.
affect her.
She
Yeah,
takes
but
down,
there are,
gets
like,
drunk while breathing. You know how it is.
Oh. You killed the one.
I think she will. She can't get a. Oh no, she could get a shatter off. She'll play shatter like right. Right here. So
Okay.
it only hits the wine word.
That will hit the rope as well.
Oh, true.
Because the rope is coiled up around in this square here.
What if she places it here?
Lucia would be in the center of the wine in space is the problem.
Okay. In that case, she'll just Eldritch Blast it.
Although, you know what, if she's in the center of the space, it is specifically a large creature. Yeah, Nari could absolutely set it far enough away that it wouldn't hit Lucia. So it will just hit the wine.
Okay.
So con save.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is a 14, which I think passes her. Although Rod of the Packkeeper may get her high enough.
Not level 3. What, sorry?
It is a success.
Oh, no,
even with the Rod of the Packkeeper.
Yeah.
Sadness.
So 20 thunder. No.
Half of 20, right?
Yeah, 20 thunder damage.
So 10 thunder. Because it succeeded.
Yes.
Very good. It is rocked in place. It is, however, still alive. Can it constrict a creature that it's already grappling? Does it just do that?
yes, it can, but it's not its turn.
It is its turn. Oh no, that's the dead
No.
one. Sorry, Lucia, go ahead. Thank you for
Hello,
catching that.
Shadow Step. Here. Because why not?
Might as well. You are no longer
And
grappling
it gives me
strength.
advantage on my first attack after Shadow Stepping, so the first one is made neutral.
nice.
But my Hex, unfortunately, is gonna
is,
gonna
yes.
smack it.
You're
10
swimming
left
now as well.
bludgeoning.
10 bludgeoning
And
deals
I got-
damage, yeah.
And then I'm gonna smack it again with disadvantage, and that is gonna miss.
Sadly, that was a miss, but it is in a
don't
similar
know how
position
much
as the other two at the start of this turn. Now, Olaf, we come to your turn. You don't feel anybody having grabbed the rope, but you can prepare if you want to an action to pull somebody through.
I'll hold an action to pull someone through.
Exactly. Sven can absolutely have a reaction to help you. The two of you have set yourself up in a good position for this.
Can we, No, backing up isn't anything, but, can we run back and do it so they have a space to, climb up?
Oh, absolutely. We'll treat the space in here as a little flexible for the purposes of this, getting to safety. Sven, anything other than helping that you want to do on your turn?
I want to make a perception test to see if there's any danger coming from behind us.
Oh, absolutely. Give me a perception check. You don't have keen sense or anything, right?
No.
21. You hear in area 24. Scrolling down to area 24.
There may be danger.
You don't hear anything particular. What you do smell is a reek of sulfur and brimstone.
We may not be out of the woods yet.
But you don't hear anything from that direction.
Okay.
Alright, that is Sven's turn. The Wine Weird gets to go. So the Wine Weird, I think, is going to attack Lucia again.
Bitch.
So we get another Constrict attack. Not advantage. 11 is a miss. I think with that, it is going to duck down, becoming invisible. But I'm going to say that's going to be its movement, because it's not quite high enough yet that it can just do that for free.
Would that count as leaving my range, even if it's not technically leaving my range?
I don't think so. It doesn't leave your range, and it becomes invisible because it's immersed in a substance that it is indistinguishable from. So no opportunity attacks for it. Room comes along. Water level raises another foot. All of you are swimming now, well, except for Nari. Nari's ankles are wet again. Lucia and Elspeth, the water level is now above your heads. The remaining Wine Weird is invisible flat out. So, Elspeth, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go grab the rope.
Very good. You swim over there. You grab the rope.
And then I will...
Signaling tug.
Go.
So, either Olaf or Sven can make an athletics check with advantage.
I'm not gonna take it yet. I'm not gonna signal to be pulled.
Okay, so you're just there waiting.
Yes.
That's a different thing entirely.
I will bolt the Wine Weird.
You cannot see it.
Oh, shit.
You will have to use an AoE.
You know the space that it's in because of context clues, but you cannot target it.
Then, so you can't attack with a disadvantage?
In that case,
I'm going to double check this.
That's because for those you need to see the target usually.
Yeah, I'll just test them away.
Attacks would work because then you can attack this.
Yeah, you're attacking
square.
the space.
But for spells, I think specifically that you usually need
an invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or special sense. For the purposes of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. Creature's location can be detected by any noise it makes or tracks it leaves. Attack rolls against the creature have a disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have advantage. For heavily obscured, I don't think you can be targeted while heavily obscured. I will double check that. Heavily obscured.
Then again, it would make sense that Elspeth can attack because she would just shoot the arc bolt in the space. That's it.
For heavily obscured, vision is blocked. Creatures are effectively blinded. So for blinded, blinded creature can't see and automatically fails ability checks that require sight. Attack rolls against creature. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's just disadvantage. Never mind.
Okay.
I will complete cover, I think, is what I was thinking of. So it's just disadvantage.
And the attack roll 16.
Which we already had anyway.
16 hits.
Okay, so that's 11 damage.
11 damage. You have no context about whether it's still here or not, but it's still here.
I will use a bonus action to convert a 7th level slot into sorcery point.
Okay. What do you want to do with the sorcery points?
Nothing else, because that's my full turn.
Okay. That brings us to Lucia. Lucia, you can still feel that. I'm sorry.
Mark Sanway will make a disadvantage Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
You miss.
I miss. Unfortunate. Then it is Lucia's turn.
Well, I will make a lot of attacks at disadvantage. I'm gonna smack. That's a 26
Solid
for 5.
hit. It had 5 hit points remaining. So you feel it disintegrate under your fist. Good job.
Lovely.
At this point, Friadra, just as a free action, Lucia. You can see Elspeth is holding the rope in one hand. Do you want to grab it as well and signal that Elspeth needs to be pulled through?
No, I want to go over to Nari and extend my hand. Come on, you gotta leave.
She smiles at you and she says, "It's really good to have you back." And she'll take your hand and, grimacing, jump into the wine with you.
It's good to be. I missed you.
She says, "It's weirdly cold.
I know,
So
right?
sticky." Okay, I think no need to bother with the initiative count. Just for the sake of the fun rolls. One of the two of you can make 3 athletics checks with advantage to yank them through.
I have a +5. I think Sven's got it better.
Yeah, I think Sven does. Which is you, Riley. Muted Riley. A 19? Not quite.
I wouldn't have managed.
No.
Still no.
This just
Still
determines how long it takes.
No. Still no. Still no. Oh my lord.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Good thing I can hold my breath a very long
You've got
time.
lots of time. Yeah, you've got like fucking 10 minutes to hold your breaths and... or 10 minutes before...
Okay, that's one success.
It takes a while, is the point. There's lots of pulling. Winnie the Pooh Bear
Oh
style.
my.
You're yanking and shoving each other through this hole
Sven
with
just
gushing wine.
acted double critting.
Okay, there we go. Everyone's out.
Very good. Everybody has made their escape. That was 2,100 XP total. I'm going to bump it, I think, to 2,500, actually, because this is a very dangerous challenge.
So 500 each?
Are the wineries really that
Yeah.
close here?
500 each?
I would have thought they were higher. No. Oh, I was thinking of water elementals because
I
they're
am
the same.
Yeah, no, weirds are weaker.
509 XP off leveling up.
That's excellent.
I am 100. I am 98.
Okay. I will describe the room you find yourselves in, and then you can tell me how you want to approach this situation. I'm clicking around this oddly shaped room. I understand now why people don't use battle maps. It does kind of spoil things a little bit.
No, I think they're good.
They're great for combat, but for puzzle solving. Where's the fucking edge of this? God damn it. I somehow lost the edge of the polygon.
Anyways, Abby, do you want to start a new Terraria world?
Maybe. I have been
I've just
thinking
been-
about replaying.
I've just been hyperfixating on it the past, like, day after
We
my
can do it
exam.
after the session if you want.
Yeah. We'll do an expert or something.
There we
Yeah.
go.
What
So
the fuck?
what you see before you in this area, which is area 24, which I will scroll down to now to describe to you.
Oh my
The
god,
air
guys, it's
in
the
here
satanic panic.
reeks of sulfur and brimstone. On the floor of the chamber is a pentagram traced
No,
with salt
really?
surrounding an ornate sarcophagus. The lid is covered with figurines of prancing frog-like humanoids. That is what you see directly as you look around. Arranged atop the sarcophagus are 12 painted wooden statuettes depicting grungs. They are described as cute, but worthless, which you can tell at a glance. What do you want?
What
Do we need
is-
to offer this a gem? Is there a gem in the room, I guess?
Any skills anybody wants to do? Also,
I'd
you
like to use the skill of talking to Moa.
good. Mo would say, Nang Nang. This is Nang Nang. And I need to look at the Trickster guide, Trickster Spirit cheat sheet to see how he feels about Nang Nang. Also, I need to do the same for Obalaka. Spirits of the Nine Trickster Gods, Personality Table.
That's one of the divine fragments of Omer.
Yeah.
Not Omer.
Nang Nang is neutral evil, which Moa would not be fond of. So Moa would tell you that Nang Nang is less bad than Wongo,
Wongo.
but still not
Low bar.
great. As for what Obalaka would tell you, Elspeth, Obalaka is lawful neutral. So Obalaka says they can be a little mischievous, but for the most part, they're trustworthy.
Isn't that literally their opposite?
No, lawful neutral, lawful evil.
Yeah.
Literally the
Lawful
ones based on that.
neutral evil. Actually, yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, is it not lawful?
Almost.
Okay, yeah.
Neutral evil is
Neutral evil and neutral good, right?
here, and lawful neutral is
Oh, it was lawful neutral. Never mind.
lawful neutral.
I thought they were neutral good.
Yeah, so Obalaka doesn't have
lawful
strong feelings about Nang Nang. Moa doesn't like Nang Nang. What you would gather from
Because
the two
evil.
of them talking to you, Nang Nang is characterized by selfishness, and they can be cruel when given a reason to, but they're not like going to go out of their way to hurt people like Wongo does.
And not just cruel because they like it, like Wongo.
Yeah, and the one that Nang Nang hates the most is Shigabi.
I'll say to Lucia, so there are fragments of a god in each of these.
Yeah, the 9
If
tricks
you
are got
pick up-
aspects of Tao. I know.
Yes, if you pick up the item, then they'll try to take over your mag. So
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
yeah, especially with something like this, we do need the item, but we'll try not to get it instead of
There's
us.
going to be a trap to this room.
That has been the case so far. Each of these tombs has some sort of trap guardian keeping it from meddling.
Without stepping into the circle, I'd like to just sort of like
Thank you for specifying.
look around.
Also, sorry
looking
again
around.
for Withers coming in to trigger the trap on you guys earlier. That's such a fun
I'm
trap.
so confused
But
as
you guys
to
are
why
so
he
cautious
did that.
at this point because he wanted to hurt you. He has an ability to teleport, but he got stunned before he could take an action, and then he was taken out in one round. So his teleport
Bitch.
was non-functional, and I boosted his hit points. His
And he would have had a
his
whole
base hit
round
points
with
are
it.
45.
I would have had 4 more attacks against the guy with
Yeah.
advantage.
Honestly, I think you'd be down even sooner if it weren't for the fucking terrain.
No, like
not
if
being
he
able
got
to
an
get in
action, he would have been able to trigger the trap and get away. But Sven saw him, and then Lucia stunned him, and so he was fucked.
Yay! Hooray me!
there. As he
You love
should
Mon.
be.
And he,
Thank you for
but yeah,
giving me
I
one
did
more
not
second.
know about Lucia or the stun, so I think that is perfectly in character for that to have happened. So yes, what
I
skill
just
do you
wanna
want
are
to
you?
look over- I need to look over what Astra does, but I'm going to be just doing an investigation check or a perception check. from
It
afar.
can do a mage hand. The lantern can do a mage hand for you. But she is...
Oh, cool.
Did it say she's vulnerable when she's outside of it? I don't remember. There is a downside to her being outside of the lantern. I don't remember what it is, though.
Yeah. I won't use her unless it's absolutely necessary.
Fair enough.
But I'd
you
like
can-
to sort of circumnavigate the circle and investigate the sarcophagus from afar
okay.
without ever stepping into the circle.
I think investigation wouldn't really apply here, because you're...
I say an investigate, I'll use
senses?
perception.
Okay.
I
Based
just
on
wanna
what you
get
see,
more info.
you can make an investigation check based on what you see. So a good perception check will help you out with investigations to determine what it means.
So a normal... Oh, disadvantage perception, right?
No, that's done now. That was just for that room. You've caught on to the fact that Lucia's Lucia. She's a little changed. She's got some new powers. She's got weird horns. 18's pretty solid.
It's a crown, thank you very much.
Oh! I missed this. There actually is a note for Obalaka in this room. While Olaf is going around, I think Obalaka is going to speak to you, Elspeth, and she's going to say, "It seems really dangerous in here. That pentagram is... It's got to be to keep something in, right? Maybe you should double check and make sure the salt's really intact. Maybe fill in any thin spots, because I don't want whatever's in there getting out and hurting us." So that is what she has told you to reinforce the salt barrier. Olaf, with your 18 perception, the sarcophagus. There are, again, 12 painted wooden statuettes depicting grungs, cute but worthless. You can see that the sarcophagus lid has no hinge on it. It looks like it's just stone resting on top. You see no signs of sovereign glue. I will say the statuettes are in a peculiar pose, the little grung toys. If you want to make me an investigation check to figure out what the pose of them means, I will let you do so.
Oh, I didn't realize there were statues. I'm assuming these points here are statues of grungs?
Those are pillars that go up to the ceiling.
So where are the statues of grungs?
On top of the sarcophagus.
So
there are these 12-inch tall grung statuettes. They're cute, but it's just painted wood. They're in weird
normal
poses.
Investigation?
Yeah, normal investigation. You spotted
so
them.
No advantage from my...
The perception made them pointed out that they're weird to you. Investigation will let you gain some insight into what the weirdness means.
Okay. Just checking. Oh, 8, so I don't see anything.
You want to call it to somebody to help you?
Do those statues look weird to you, guys?
So
I'll leave it to whoever wants to interject.
Yeah. Anybody else want to either give Olaf advantage on this or make the investigation check themselves?
Elspeth is compelled to check the salt.
Very good. Do you have any salt on you?
I don't know. I would imagine, like...
You have cook's utensils? Those would be inside the box, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I don't think she'd have any salt, like, just on her, but she'd definitely be inspecting the,
Yeah, you can give me a perception
the
check.
line. Is that...
And then, if Sven and Lucia don't want to help out Olaf, I think Nare would. So, speak up or forever hold your peace.
I got something else very important to do when we are in this room. I'm gonna just hug Nari for like at least a minute.
She hugs it back. She's crying, but they're good tears. She is happy to see you, so very happy. She says, I've been so lost. Yeah, so I think with that, Riley, would you want Sven to help out Olaf? You're muted, by the way, if you're saying something. And I'll get back to you, Abby, in a minute.
Okay.
No answer from Riley. So, his internet might be having problems. Anyway.
I didn't realize I was muted.
There you go.
I said I'd help.
Okay, very good. So, yeah. Sven, you are calling out weird details you see. Olaf, you can roll that again. And I think with an 11...
Yeah, I have good perception.
Yeah.
So I noticed the weird details, but I can't...
Yusuf,
oh my god, such an improvement. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can't make out you can't make any sense of it. As for your 11 perception, Abby, to Elspeth, the salt circle seems intact. It doesn't seem damaged in any way. There's not a lot of airflow through here. You feel reasonably confident that the circle is intact. You're just looking at it? Are you going to physically interact with it in any way?
No, if it looks fine, she's not going to touch it.
Okay. It seems like you could just dump more salt to the pile without fucking up the pile.
Mm.
That is what you get with your level.
If we had salt.
I think you have some salt with your cook supplies, because Sven specifically has cook's utensils.
Oh, yeah, I'll borrow some salt from Sven and just, add some salt.
What are you doing?
Look, I need to reinforce the circle in case something tries to break out. The voice in my head told me to.
Okay.
Gondel is going to pipe in looking through your eyes. Elspeth can make me a religion check.
Okay.
No advantage, but you get to make this because of fucking...
19.
19's pretty good.
Damn.
She says, in your head, it's a bit cliche, but this is used in the binding of fiends. With a fucking 19, which is pretty damn good. With the nature of the smells in here, she would say this is probably a chaotic evil entity. So either Abyss or Hades or something like that. This would definitely not be a lawful being that is bound here.
Maybe it isn't actually the grug thing. Maybe it's a deception. That's why the statues look wrong.
It would be so funny if it was actually summoning a fiend that is just suddenly pissed off with.
Lucia and Nara haven't done anything.
Busy.
Do the two of you, while you're hugging, want to have a look over and see if you can figure out what the grung statues are doing?
Where exactly are the statues?
There are a bunch of statuettes up, like little collectible grung figurines on the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I would like to teleport on top of the sarcophagus.
Okay, everybody roll initiative as you teleport to the top of the sarcophagus.
Why would you do that?
I thought it was gonna be fine.
I'm gonna...
Categorically and historically, it is never fine. I rolled
Mia
a 14
triggering
points.
traps no matter which character she plays.
And then be like, oh, you triggered a trap, and you're in the wrong. What do you mean?
My wisdom is lower than it was with Glowie, I'm sorry.
Oh, I somehow deleted my token,
Sven,
I think.
Oh no!
What happened? What happened?
Olaf
Why is it
disintegrated.
Oh fuck!
Yusuf
Did I
just
fuck
exiled
You
tag
rolled a
creature.
shit ton of crits today, Riley. You've also rolled a lot of ones, so it balanced out pretty average.
I mean, I also
I'm so good.
only hit once on an enemy, so that one's
I can't seem to select my token on the screen. I'm just gonna refresh.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have a default token. There you go. It's yours now. Got it?
I'm wondering whether I should take away the tea, but I have chili in the fridge. But I've had chili the last 2 nights in a row.
We're also past our time, so we'll do the start of this initiative here.
Can we just reveal what this thing is and go, whoa!
Possibly. There's always a chance.
Let
that
it be
it's-
Lith. I dare you to have Lith here again to kill the whole party.
That would be hilarious. Unfortunately, this trap is tied to a hint, so I can't change this one. That's the trick with this particular dungeon. It's hard to tweak. Okay.
Only a jewel can tame the frog. Into darkness. It has to be the jewel that tames the frog.
It could also be the ring. Because this is a ring and it leads to the abyss.
No,
Where
the
is
ring.
it?
A ring is a path to another tomb. is the infinite corridor. The dead of poor sunlight is this thing here. So this has to be the frog related one because there's literally a depiction of a frog. Crystal.
So
My
Yeah,
result.
actually.
this invisibility
Have any of
is not broken by actions, while it is within the circle. This is going to be really bad. Sven, you have the first action before this creature. The creature does go before Lucia. You
I'm gonna get murdered.
don't necessarily know
Do I
anything's
see
bad. You can make me a perception check. No, it is invisible. But you can give me a perception check to see if you hear something. Because it is moving for the first time. It was standing still while you guys were in the room. I don't think that's good enough. This thing has a bang-in stealth.
So I didn't trigger a trap, it was just there waiting for someone to go in.
Yes, so it goes before you, Lucia. So, out of nowhere,
There's nothing
with
I can
advantage
do.
against you. Yeah, one.
I guess I would run. I would. Do I know that there's something going on?
You do now.
I don't think so.
You're looking
Like
for
on my
something?
turn.
No, I don't think with a perception check you notice anything's bad. However,
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
would you
like,
follow
if
Lucia?
I knew that if there was shit going on, I'd run over to like protect Lucia.
not yet, not with a 14.
Okay.
You basically notice the moment this thing has its turn.
Yeah, which is now.
Because then I get smacked.
What is your AC, Mia?
17.
You're extremely lucky that only 2 of these hit. So first up, you take, you feel this horrendous slashing feeling as 3 feel like knives rake across your shoulder. And the rest you see these like Wolverine slash marks appear on Lucia's shoulder. You take 12 slashing. Followed up by a chomp. As appearing on your other shoulder, this ring of just massive, gnarly, pointy teeth marks as you take 6 piercing damage from its bite.
Number 5.
And there's nothing additional with the bites of this particular creature, which is lucky because these things are nasty. This one just happens to be one that isn't too bad. Lucia. It is your turn. I think Olaf will let everybody have a turn. at Riley's next turn is where we'll cut this session.
I'm just going to teleport back out. I'm like, there's something there.
So it had to wait 1 second. You move from here, which means it has to be.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We could have range.
With the shadow
We
step,
could also move afterwards.
you don't have to worry about opportunity attacks, so you're fine there.
Also, the amount of damage that Lucia took from the weird, and especially right now, back in the day would have been enough to like either almost knock her out or knock her out, and she seems
It also
surprisingly fine.
did not roll great. It rolled below average on both of those attacks, so you're lucky.
Yeah, but in general, she still has more HP than she used to have as her max. So I guess she is very used to constant pain, so this is actually not that bad for her.
Well, with the shadow step, there are enough pillars in here you could have teleported next to one of these pillars. But keep in mind that Sven's going to have the greatsword out.
Oh, he has the greatsword?
I assume so.
Because they didn't say so before they had the axe out.
That's true. There is no light in here, so that's the only way that you'd be able to see.
But we also said that Sven would put a little marker on the character token if they have the
That's
sword
true. So, very good. In that case, the creatures with that dark vision can't really see at the moment. Which could explain the shit perception rolls. Anything else?
If there was no light, I would have turned the sword back on.
Thank you.
I am gonna use my action to prepare an attack against anything that might move close to us.
Okay.
And basically as soon as I can see whatever the thing is.
Very good. Very good. Olaf, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Olaf is gonna pull from his side what looks like a steel drum with a handle on top, and he's gonna sort of swing his arm out, and it's gonna drop and plop here. And it's going to then prime itself, and immediately a bunch of tracers are going to explode outwards.
Ooh, very nice.
This is me casting Fairy Fire.
Very nice. You certainly can do so. It will make a dex save.
Spell save DC 15.
DC 15. I'll keep this private because it'll spoil the name of what this creature is.
Come on.
It got a 13. So
yes!
you see, hovering in this space right here, you see the outline of a hulking figure that seems to have no neck. It's just sort of a squat, like ape figure, medium-sized, is in that space right there. Outline in Fairy Fire.
We now have advantage instead of disadvantage and know where it is. It's
Cancels
fine.
out.
What the fuck is that thing?
So I will...
For this one it doesn't cancel out. For this one we get advantage because it is not hidden from us anymore from the Fairy Fire, and we also get advantage because of the Fairy Fire effect.
You're correct.
It's very lovely.
Nice. Okay, anything else? Good use of that spell. Good choice.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't used that one before, and I wasn't expecting it to work!
I didn't even know you had it. So good choice. Abby. Unless you had something else.
I wanted to... I'll move next to Wifey for protection.
Of course.
You protect and be protected by...
My
in that
turn?
case, Abby's turn. You get to finish our session today. What do you want to do?
I could just make Olaf invisible. That
I can do it by
right back at you. This is great movability there.
No, that would be hilarious. It becomes invisible, and we all become invisible and just start wailing on it.
Just banish that bitch as well.
It's possible.
You're good at that.
I will say that the salt circle is still intact because Lucia didn't actually disturb anything. But you know there's a creature in there now.
I'm going to command it to kneel.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm going to stay it in Abyssal.
Interesting. So you may roll... it needs to roll, doesn't it?
It is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
DC 17.
Okay. You feel the magic go out of you. Does not make purchase on this creature's mind. You don't know if it succeeded on its save or if it could understand you.
Alright.
But it is not affected by the spell. Yet.
Fuck, I don't think this thing understands language.
Don't
You know,
know
I
where.
called it as a bonus action.
Okay, very good. 26 will hit it.
15 damage.
Okay. You see the arc bolt go off, smashes into this thing. Does not seem
Oh,
to
I have
hurt it very
advantage.
much.
Wait, I'll do crit fish.
Crit fish?
No.
Does not seem to hurt it very much. It would seem to resist lightning, whatever it is.
That's the end of my turn.
and
Sunray will pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew pew. No. Oh, she has advantage.
Yeah.
25.
Okay.
For 3.
For 3. All
Not
right.
1.
You know, I do want this creature to have something to do. So, Riley, give me something, and then I'll have it take a turn, and that'll be where we end it. So I think it'll be fun. I'll give you something to think on for next time.
Guys, why is everyone behind me?
You moved here. We were already
So
here.
Sven, would you break the circle to attack it, or do you want to hurl a javelin at it?
A javelin at it.
It's tall enough that it isn't getting any benefit from cover, so go for it.
Yeah.
It is about 7 feet tall.
Finally hit something. Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
fuck yeah! 7 piercing. Which I believe... No, it does not resist just physical damage. So.
Yeah. I have multiple javelins. So
Yeah, go for it. You want to throw
one.
again? That, unfortunately, is a miss. It does get past its dex, but it does not...
You have advantage.
You do
Why
have
do I
advantage.
have... Oh, because it's under fairy fire. Right.
Crit fish, go for it.
Yay!
24 hits. You can roll your damage again. Oh, roll one more time. Let's see if this was a crit.
One more time.
No.
No.
But the 12 piercing does go through. With that, it is the
Yay.
creature's turn. The creature, you watch in the space that it is on, it is going to shrink and change shape. The fairy fire is still outlining it. It shrinks down to the shape of a normal, 5'10" humanoid. And all of you hear in your heads a voice telepathically speak to you and say, "My quarrel is not with you. Break the circle. Let me find what is mine. Or I will
Why
kill
don't you attack us then, dipshit?
I have been trapped here for years. Set me free."
What? Who are you?
I don't have a name, but I'm just going to make one up on this.
Gregory.
I am Barbarian Angul.
It's
I'm not going to remember that.
Its name.
You're a
He says,
demon. How do you expect us to trust you?
he says, "I am not a demon. I am greater than this. I am from the plane." Actually, fuck, where are these things from? I had it on the tip of my tongue.
A Yugoloth?
No, he says, "I am no Yugoloth. I am from the plane of Limbo. Let me free, and I will not kill you."
I don't
mean-
trust you. Literally,
Religion checks for everyone.
give.
You've
You're
seen
trapped.
some things that this thing can do.
God damn it.
16.
Oh, it's the devil from the Bible.
It's the devil from the
Elspeth.
Bible.
With the things that you've seen, Gondel catches it. She lets you know. Hint was a frog. This is a creature of chaos from Limbo inside of a pentagram in a tomb with grung. This is a slod. You don't know what kind of slod, but slod are a big deal.
Yeah, I know which.
Depending
I know
on which
slod it is.
kind, this could be very, very bad.
Police,
Because some of them can replace your brain, some of them can infect you with things that turn you into a slot. You don't know what kind it is.
Yeah.
And it's specifically transformed before speaking to you, so it could disguise its shape. So it's up to you. You can think on this between sessions. It sees it can't
could
hurt
we-
you while you're outside of the circle. Well, at least you can surmise based on what it said. It doesn't think it has a decent chance of killing you in its rage at the moment. So the question is, are you going to set it free or not? You can think on that between sessions.
No. These things are so dangerous.
Something has
Also,
been
I know-
stolen
Evil
from
as
it.
fuck.
Something has been stolen from it. It wants it back, and that is where we'll pick up next time.
It's probably its control core. These things have a control core or
All right, we'll
something.
pick up next time with Mia's turn. Thank you so much for playing.
Yay.
And thank you for saying the bullshit that I put you through.
Before you turn the recording off, I know which Slad this is.
Yeah, you want to make
This
a
is
guess?
Slad von Zarovich.
Slad von Zarovich?
Ah!
For sure.
No, Matchmaker said no! I don't want to be groomed! No!
There, you know what? That's a variant that needs to exist. We have a ventriloquist puppy Strahd, a ventriloquist puppet Strahd. We absolutely need a Slod version of Strahd.
I could definitely see a fucking, like, a slot with a widow's peak.
And then we have Fem Strad, we have Ventriloquist Strad, we have...
It did use its action to polymorph, which means its turn passes. So we'll pick up next time with Mia's turn. Thank you so much for listening and playing and all that other stuff. End of recording.